It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown! Good evening, everyone. We are officially at the halfway point of this 2025 high school football regular season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. I'm live here in Louisville as we have an absolute heavyweight bout for you here tonight. The 4-0 Louisville Leopards play host to their neighbors, also sitting at 4-0, the North Canton Hoover Vikings. This is a big one. North Canton enters tonight after a last-second survival at Green last week in their Federal League opener by a score of 27-21. After their first road game of the season last week and their first true test of the season, this Hoover team will look to ride the momentum behind quarterback John Collins and do-it-all senior Jack Andes. The Louisville Leopards easily handled Marlington last week, 45-7, to set up this matchup of undefeated teams. In weeks 1 through 3, they've defeated New Philadelphia, Alliance, and Northwest. Make no mistake, folks, this is a big-time matchup against two very good, very well-coached teams, and we have it coming up for you here tonight. We're going to step away for a commercial break, and when we return, we'll take a look around at the other games being called tonight. On the Q92 Sports Network, you're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
We're back here in Louisville as both teams are back in their respective locker rooms getting their final instruction before tonight's kickoff, which is scheduled for 7 p.m. It's time to tag in my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees. Mike, good to have you back in the booth with you, my friend.
Absolutely, brother. I am happy to be here. It is a phenomenal night for football, and we've got an amazing matchup that I can't wait to get to. But before we do, there are 6 other games that are taking place on our Q92 Sports Network, AM 1310 WDPN, and Q92.5 over on the FM dial. We're going to send it to our man, Christian, who has the Minerva and St. Thomas game. What's up, Christian?
Christian Bigglesworth here for Q92 Sports, coming to you live tonight from St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Louisville, where tonight the Knights will be trying to get their first win of the season, and they'll be up against one of the Cinderella stories of the 2025 high school football season, the 3-1 Minerva Lions. You heard me right. The 3-1 Minerva Lions riding a 3-game winning streak with convincing wins over Sandy Valley, Springfield, and Crestwood. Head coach Zach Slates has come over from Perry and instilled his mentality on this team. And they've been running the ball and running it well this season with sophomore running back Timothy Kirkpatrick, who's averaging 175 yards rushing per game with 4 total rushing touchdowns so far. The Minerva Lions are playing a physical brand of football this season, and it's leading to one of their most successful seasons in recent history. The St. Thomas Aquinas Knights, unfortunately, are off to an 0-4 start this season and searching for answers, especially offensively. Numbers are an issue for the Knights, who don't even have 30 players on their team and only 1 senior among those. They'll look to get their offense going tonight by trying to get the ball into the hands of their exciting junior wide receiver, Jameer Jenkins. They'll also hope for better quarterback play from junior Anthony Powell and freshman Jamari Brisker, who will get time. It's Minerva and St. Thomas Aquinas, and you can hear it all right here at 7 o'clock on the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks a lot, Christian. Should be a good one for sure. Next, we're going to kick it over to my man, Mike Dixon. Mike has Canton South and Northwest from Canton South.
It's week 5, and we're live from Canal Fulton at Northwest High School, home of the Northwest Indians. I'm Mike Dixon alongside Ryan Rowland. Tonight, the 1-3 Wildcats from Canton South come to town to take on the 2-1 Northwest Indians. Canton South sits at 1-3 on the season after dropping 3 in a row since winning their season opener against Field. The Wildcats come to Northwest after dropping a week 4 game 35-14 to Manchester. Leading the way for the Wildcats is QB Nolan Bonner. Wide receiver Jamarcus Jones leads the offense for Canton South. Northwest is coming off a thriller in week 4, beating Triway on a game-winning 37-yard field goal as time expired by Ben Shantz. The Indians are 2-1 with wins over Marlington and Triway, and their only loss coming in week 3 to Louisville, 10-3. Northwest is a run-heavy team with a trio of backs, starting with QB Braden Venables, Joey Medora at running back, and Connor Stevenson also at running back, are part of this run-heavy attack to sustain long drives. Week 5 is set, and it's here on Q92 Sports Network, presented by Charshone Auto Group. Canton South, Northwest are set to kick off at 7 p.m. Once again, I'm Mike Dixon and Ryan Rowland.
Thanks a lot, Mike. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll have 2 more game previews for you. You are listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Charshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back inside Louisville Leopards Stadium at Louisville High School, it is Mike Voorhees alongside Jay Wilhelm. We've got Louisville and North Canton Hoover, but before we talk about our game, we still have some more game previews to get to. Next, we are going to send it out to Jackson High School. Matt Corrali has Green and Jackson.
It's that time of year for high school football in Ohio. The competition gets tuned up as conference games are now in full swing. And there may not be a tougher one in the state to compete in than the Federal League, as two teams that are looking to gain some ground in the standings will collide tonight. On one hand, you have the Jackson Polar Bears, who are 2-2 and coming off a dominating 33-6 win against Mayfield at home last week. A big reason why is because of senior running back Corey Jacobs, as after losing starting tailback Chase Marr to injury, the former wide receiver is now RB1 and playing like it. He has back-to-back 100-plus yard games on the ground with 2 touchdowns. On the other sideline is the Green Bulldogs, who come off a heartbreaking loss to the unbeaten Hoover Vikings at home, 27-21 in Week 4. Quarterback Tyson Hunka had 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers, but faced a 21-0 first-half deficit and came up just short in the final moments to complete the comeback against the Vikes. Mark Ice's men come into the contest at 1-3, as a sense of urgency is now within this Bulldogs team, trying to get things back on track with a much-needed road win. Green won this matchup a year ago thanks to a go-ahead touchdown from Hunka and the Bulldogs with 26 seconds left. Find out if the 2025 edition of these Federal League foes will have the same flair for the dramatic as 2024, with Robert Coleman and I streaming live right here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel. From Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson, Matt Corrali, the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks a lot, Matt. That game should be a good one. Next, we're going to send it over to Ryan Keller. He's got McKinley and Perry.
It's week 5 of the high school football season. We are coming at you live from Wakefield Stadium in Perry for the matchup between the 3-1 Canton McKinley Bulldogs and the 3-1 Perry Panthers. McKinley head coach Renzi Parnell got his first Federal League win last week in a 38-0 win over Glen Oak. McKinley's defense put on a clinic last week against Glen Oak. Senior quarterback Chris Crook had 2 of McKinley's 3 interceptions and held the Golden Eagles to 1 of 12 passing and 42 total yards of offense for the game. On the offensive side of the ball, Darius Hill returned, had 10 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. He also added a 34-yard touchdown run in the game. Sophomore running back Kylan West continues to be an impact player for the Bulldogs. He's averaging 6.8 yards per carry and has 3 touchdowns on the year. The Perry Panthers enter week 5, having suffered their first loss of the season, a 31-15 loss to the Lake Blue Streaks. The Panthers outgained Lake 320 yards to 273 yards. The Blue Streaks were done in by 5 turnovers, including 3 interceptions in the loss. Senior Connor Shepard and junior Jonathan Lemon have been the leading rushers for the Perry Panthers as they wait for senior running back Caleb Hunley to return from injury. He is questionable against the Pups. Shepard and Lemon have combined for 835 yards on the ground and 10 touchdowns this season. Shepard is also the team's leading tackler with 33 tackles on the season. Can't wait to see this offensive line for Perry go up against the massive defensive front for the McKinley Bulldogs. Join me, Ryan Keller, and my broadcast partner, Antonio Hall, for the call. Kickoff at 7 o'clock on Q92RadioSports.com. From Wakefield Stadium in Perry, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Still a little away from kickoff. We're going to step aside one more time. When we return, we've got our AM game of the week and our FM game of the week, and then we'll let you know how we're going to get you ready for Louisville and Hoover. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Charshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN. Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back inside Louisville Leopards Stadium at Louisville High School. It is Mike Voorhees alongside with Jay Wilhelm. We're going to get to the AM game of the week. We're going to send it over to Sam Berkwin. He has Canton Central Catholic at Alliance.
Tonight here at the University of Mount Union, the Canton Central Catholic Crusaders will pay a visit to take on the Alliance Aviators in Week 5 high school football action. The Crusaders come in still looking for their first win here in 2025. Losses to Perry, Mogador, Orville, and Salem. 3 out of those first 4 were at home. For the Aviators of Alliance, only one setback to a very good Louisville team Week 2. That was a 30-13 ball game. In between that, they beat Parma Padua Franciscan, they beat Streetsboro, and they beat Ellett. All 3 of those games were on the road. So the site is Mount Union tonight. It's going to be a beautiful night for football. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s. Caleb Norick and myself will bring you the play-by-play tonight, coming up here at 7 o'clock. For Alliance, well, they are a very talented high school football team. Just the names of J.R. Jackson, Tajay Nicholson, Ravon Hawkins, Johnny Belts, Cam Burton, Cam Brisker. The list goes on and on. The Crusaders still kind of looking for an identity. They've had injuries at quarterback. Third-string quarterback will go tonight for the guys in green. Look for running back Kenny Stroud to have a big game. He is about 5'10", 185 pounds, only a sophomore, but he can run the football. Will the Aviators pick up another win at home, or will the Crusaders rise up and pick up their first win of the season? 7 o'clock kick tonight right here on 1310 WDPN, Canton Central Catholic and Alliance. Sam Berkwin for AM 1310 WDPN and the Q90 Sports Radio Network.
Thank you, Sam. Back here at Louisville, and we are going to sip the lip while they do the national anthem out of respect. And that was the national anthem there by the Louisville Band and Choir. And we have one more game preview to get to. And it's Clint Scroggs, I believe, that's out at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium as the Massillon Tigers welcome in St. Ed's.
The Massillon Tigers host the St. Edward Eagles in one of the top games in the state. The Eagles went to 4-0 with a 28-14 win over Cleveland Glenville last Friday. Brandon White ran for 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns to bring St. Ed's back from a deficit. White ran for more than 2,000 yards as a sophomore, but missed last year with a knee injury. He had 171 yards and 27 carries, including 11 for 88 in the final stanza. He also caught 2 passes for 23 yards. The second quarter fumble was returned for a touchdown by Glenville, allowing them to lead into the third quarter. Senior receiver Zach Hackelman is headed to Toledo. He's the school's all-time leader in receptions. The Eagles defense features North Carolina recruit Mason Wilhelm, a 290-pound tackle. They also have DBs who have committed to Michigan State, Miami of Ohio, and Western Michigan. Massillon got back in the win column with a 35-0 romp over Bennett of Buffalo, New York. Tigers scored 4 second-quarter touchdowns to blow it open. The entire second half was played with a running clock. Xavier Owens ran 9 times for 91 yards with several carries out of the Wildcat formation. Backup quarterbacks Rasmus Haynes and Eli Moore combined to go 8 of 11 passing. Starter Manny Patterson missed the game with injury. Owens leads the team with 478 yards rushing with a 7.2-yard average and 7 touchdowns. Patterson has completed 71% of his passes for the same number of yards and scores. Giorgio Jackson and Deontay Malone are the leading receivers, though Malone has played in 1 fewer game. The Tigers are surrendering 151 yards passing per game, which could be a concern against St. Ed's high-powered offense. Massillon has won 3 straight in the series and lead the series 6-4. Last year's 10-point win at Lakewood followed 3 and 1-point wins for the Tigers at home. The Eagles' last win in the series came at Massillon in 2021. It's St. Ed's and Massillon from Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. For Q92 Sports, I'm Clint Scroggs.
Thank you, Clint. And we are going to send it to a commercial break one final time. When we come back, my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, had a chance to spend a moment on the field level with both coaches, and we'll get to hear what they had to say coming into tonight's major matchup between 2 undefeateds. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back inside Louisville Leopards Stadium at Louisville High School. It's Mike Voorhees alongside with Jay Wilhelm. And we have the heavyweight bout of the 4-0 Louisville Leopards hosting the 4-0 Hoover Vikings. Before we talk about the game, had a chance to talk with both head coaches before the game. Let's take a listen to Hoover head football coach Brian Baum.
Q92 Sports here with the North Canton Hoover Viking head football coach Brian Baum. Coach, it is Friday, week 5, and we've got a heavyweight battle here in Louisville. How are we feeling tonight?
We're feeling real good here. You know, we're excited for this matchup. We like coming over here and playing.
We know that Louisville has a 3-headed monster at running back. We have the 2 running backs and then the quarterback that's mobile as well. What's been the message to the Viking defense as you prepare for this match?
You know, we got to play our game. We got to be in our run lanes. And then obviously with the pass drops, the quarterback can throw a little bit. So we got to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do, coach to do.
Getting a chance to watch John Collins last week, Jack Andes last week. What else can we say about the 2 of them? Jack Andes himself, 3 touchdowns. He's such a special player. But John Collins, too, coming into his own. What's it like having both those guys play for you?
No, it's real exciting to see those guys developing the players they become. And, they still got a lot of room to grow, so I'm excited for the second half of the season to see what they do.
Coach, we want to wish you nothing but the best of luck tonight. And who knows, we might see you again next week.
Sounds good.
That was head coach Brian Baum. Always a pleasure talking to the Hoover head football coach. But not to be outdone, had a chance to talk with Louisville Leopard head football coach Chris Kappas. Let's take a listen. Q92 Sports here with Louisville Leopard head football coach Chris Kappas. Coach, it is week 5. You are 4-0. Big matchup tonight. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. We had a good week. Our kids are excited to feel loose today, and going to do what we do and go out and we got to block, we got to tackle, we got to take care of the football. There's no secret to winning big games. It just comes down to fundamentals.
All you need is one more point than they do, right? That's how it works. Coach, if I'd have told you preseason that you guys would be 4-0 and tonight you'd be battling your crosstown rival North Canton Hoover, who's also 4-0, what would you have said?
Well, we knew we had a talented group, but a big game like this, you wouldn't want it any other way, right? So I said, we'd be happy to meet them 4-0 at our place here on homecoming night, and this is why you sign up to play, come out and play big games, and small town high school football at its best right here.
Well, we know that Hoover has two talented offensive players in John Collins and Jack Andes. What's been the message this week to the Leopard defense to try to slow them down and not let them be the difference in tonight's game?
Yeah, biggest thing for the quarterback is, some of his best plays are on drop back passes. He pulls it down and runs it. And we got to keep our cage in the quarterback when we're rushing the passer, keep our pass rush lanes there. And then, we're going to have some guys assigned to kind of spy him a little bit. And when he pulls down the run, we got to have people there to get him down. And then they do a good job lining Andy's up around the board. So we got to know where he's at and have a guy over top of him. But it's good. They're good players. They're going to make plays. We just got to make sure they're not touchdowns. And guys of our own got to make plays.
Well, we know that Louisville has 3 dynamic offensive players as well: Gabe Stauffer and the 2 Owens, Wilson and DeMarzio. What's it like having that 3-headed monster to deal with?
Oh, it's great because we can do a lot of different things, and Gabe can throw it really well. He's improved in his passing, so we keep people honest. We can spread the whole field, use their speed, and gain some extra numbers in the box when we need to get some run plays going. So we got to take care of the football tonight and be able to run the ball, and that's what our goal is every week.
Awesome, Coach. We want to thank you for your time. Good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see you again real soon.
Thank you. Go Leopards.
I love that he ends his interview. Go Leopards. Jay, it is a packed house.
They're still coming in.
They're still coming in, and there isn't very many seats to be had, especially on the Louisville side of the stadium. Jay, it is 4-0 Louisville hosting 4-0 Hoover. Week 5 of high school football. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
It doesn't. The 103rd meeting between these two schools. So this goes back a ways.
It does. They have a little bit of history. And Hoover is looking, for Hoover, they just want to continue to roll. Last week, they escaped the city of Greene and Greene High School with a 27-21 win.
They escaped by about 2 yards.
They did. We had the pleasure of calling that game. And tonight we get this matchup. Louisville's 4-0 for the first time in I think 20 years. And they have 3 very, very talented guys that we've heard of, but there's also more that we haven't heard of that are really good.
And in a game like this, your stars are going to star, right? Sometimes when it comes to matchups like this, where's that extra guy? That guy that comes up a little bit above what he normally does and shows himself out. And right now we're about ready for kickoff. Louisville is going to receive the kickoff. They are in brand new uniforms. They got the white helmet. The Leopard is now black. The uniforms are black with the powder blue trim and numbers. Looking clean. Surprised the crowd here during pregame with those. North Canton is in their traditional black pants, white uniforms with the black and orange trim and the orange helmets. And we got it teed up, and we're ready to see this Louisville offense. This is the first time this season I'm going to get a chance to see the Leopards. I've already covered Hoover twice before this, so I'm very familiar with them, and I'm excited for this one.
Sophomore Joey Reidninger teeing it up, and we saw in pregame he has a bazooka, attached to his leg. Very, very strong leg from the tee. He was putting it out of the end zone. Jay, we wait no longer. There's the whistle, and we're ready to go.
And the ball is in the air, just like you said, and it is going to be fielded at the 4, out to the 10, cuts to the right side, out to the 20, and he's going to be tackled at the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Louisville to start the ball game.
Owen Wilson, we talked about him pregame. He is a dynamic running back, wide receiver, defensive back, kind of does it all for the Leopards, and we're going to say his name, I think, quite a bit tonight amongst others as well.
We're also going to get to see Gabe Stauffer, senior quarterback for the Leopards.
He's a good one. We got to talk about number 73, Aiden Norris, 6'8", 320-pound junior.
On the offensive line. He's a Cadillac Escalade, that's for sure. And Stauffer's going to start in the shotgun, and it's going to be snapped over his head into the end zone. He's chasing after it, and he is going to pick it up and throw it downfield, incomplete. The fact that he got to that football in the back of the end zone to throw an incomplete pass to make it 2nd and 10 from the 21 instead of a safety or a defensive touchdown was incredible.
That snap, I think even at Aiden Norris's 6'8", I think he wouldn't have been able to get it. I mean, that snap was way high. And yes, Stauffer able to get to it and throw an absolute miracle to the sideline. Thankfully, incomplete, not intercepted. And
it was actually pretty close. It kind of went off the fingertips of the intended target. So there was a receiver in the area, but they're going to go back in the shotgun. They're going to have 2 receivers, 1 to each side, in the back on his right hip, and he's going to hand it off to the back who's going to go up the left side. And it's probably going to be no gain and bring up 3rd and 10.
That was the other Owen DiMarzio on the carry, the 5'11", 185-pound senior tailback. He's a good one as well. So obviously you take a deep breath. You forget, again, you got to have a memory like a goldfish. You forget the first snap. You forget that first run. It's 3rd and 10. Now you play the game.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And Stauffer's going to go empty. 5 wide, 3 up top to his right, 1 down here to his left. Louisville's going right to left. Stauffer in the shotgun takes the snap, drops back to pass. Here comes the rush. Avoids it to the right side. Now he's running left, looking downfield. Fires it deep down the left sideline, and it is incomplete. And the whole home side thinks that the DB got there early as he jarred it loose, and that's going to bring up 4th down. That was pretty bang-bang.
That was pretty bang-bang, but I have to agree with the Louisville faithful here. It did look like that was number 3, Jack Andes of the Hoover Vikings. Made contact with the receiver before the ball arrived, but the referees are going to let him play. No flag, 4th and 10. Great job by Gabe Stauffer to avoid the rush, able to step up in the pocket, kind of roll out, and still throw a seed.
And it looks like he's going to be doing the punting duties as well, as we have North Canton standing back deep at their own 45. Snap bounces off the turf, fielded by the punter. He's going to let it drop at the 50, and it's just going to roll straight to the left side, and the Hoover Vikings are going to get their first drive of the ball game at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, again, so we had 2 bad snaps, 1 over the head of the quarterback on 1st down, and then Stauffer had to field a ground ball as the punter, which you never want to do. Kind of loses your momentum, and he had to speed through the punt, which is why it was a little bit shorter than he'd like. If you're Hoover, you'll take it. You 3 and out, you get a punt, and now you're at midfield to start your first drive.
And here comes John Collins and company, and they're going to start out 5 wide. They're going left to right. 3 receivers to his left, 2 down here on his right side. He's going to drop back to pass, looking down the middle, fires it over the middle into a small window and in and out of the hands of Jack Andes. Should have had that one.
Absolutely, but a great defensive play by number 4, Anderson Candle. The 5'9", 185-pound defensive back got a hand on it and deflected it just enough to where Jack Andes couldn't make the catch. We know how talented Jack Andes is. We'll say his name a bunch tonight.
2nd and 10, back in the shotgun. They're going to stay 5 wide. On their own 48-yard line, takes the snap. This time he's going to hand it off to his back, who goes up the left side and runs it across the 50 into Louisville territory and down at the Louisville 48-yard line.
The ball carrier was number 13, Michael Lamline. We said his name a bunch last week, too. He likes to run the football right in between the tackles. He's a junior tailback, looks really good, but it is a big 3rd and 6 to start for Hoover. Let's see
3rd
what
and
they
6 from their own, or from the Louisville 48. 2 receivers to the left, one down here to the right, and he's got his back on his right hip, who he puts in motion. That's Jack Andes. Drops back to pass, looks for Andes down the left, nothing there. Fires it to the right, left side, incomplete, actually in and out of the hands of a Louisville defensive back. Incomplete, 4th down, and now Hoover will have to punt.
Well, Jack Andes is the man who does the punting, so we may not see a punt. Jay, who knows? With Jack Andes, he's the Swiss Army knife. He does it all. So we saw him catch 2 passes. He ran one in. We saw him do some punting, returning kicks. He does it all.
And we got 2 Leopards back deep, standing around their 10 and 12-yard line. And they're going to move up a little bit. Andes boots it away high, punt to the right side, right corner. It's going to be fielded and dropped at the goal line. And it's going to be a touchback, which I thought if you touched it in the field of play and it goes backwards, that's on you. But evidently, I don't know the rules.
Well, we've learned in the last few weeks that we've done games together, Jay, that apparently the rules have changed.
A little bit.
I assume that's a live ball since he touched it at about the 5 or the 4, and it rolled into the end zone, but that's okay. If you're Louisville, you'll take it. 1st and 10, so both teams go 3 and out and punt for homecoming night here at Louisville. Let's see if they can get these fans up on their feet cheering on the Leopards.
Well, now each team's had an offensive drive, so now that the nerves should start to settle into game form now that you're going into your second offensive drive, and Stauffer's going to be in the shotgun. This time he's going to have his 2 receivers down to the left. Nobody up top to the right, but he's got a running back in the backfield. Hands it off to the back, who goes straight up the middle. He's got space. Out to the 30. Left sideline, 40. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Leopards.
That was Owen Wilson. No, not the actor, but it is the running back, Owen Wilson, the sophomore, 5'8", 160-pound. And my goodness, Jay, he had a huge hole.
And he did a great job cutting it back to the left sidelines to gain even more yardage. I'm glad you clarified that was not Owen Wilson, the actor, because I thought I was at a movie theater watching Wedding Crashers in 2007.
Where's Mr. Vince Vaughn? I don't see him, but that's okay.
Stauffer back in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Receiver to each side, takes the snap. It's high again, but he brings it down and hands it off. And his running back is going to lose yards as the Hoover defensive player got back there in a hurry.
That was David Tully, the senior defensive lineman, able to get into the backfield and disrupt that run by Owen Wilson. He's going to lose some yards. He's only going to lose 2, though.
Yep, he's going to lose 2. It's going to go to 2nd and 12 from their own 44-yard line. 9:09 to go here in the first quarter. Still no score. Louisville with their second offensive possession of the ball game. They're going to go 4 wide, 2 to each side. Stauffer's in the backfield by his lonesome, takes the snap, drops back the pass, looking left, fires it to the left side, got his man at the 50, and he's going to rustle himself forward to the 49-yard line of North Canton Hoover, bringing up a 3rd and medium.
That was Owen Wilson on the reception. He does a lot for this Leopard offense. Whether he runs it, he catches it. But don't forget about Owen DiMarzio. DiMarzio is a talented running back, and I bet we will say his name just as often tonight.
3rd and 5 for the Leopards from the North Canton 49-yard line. 5 wide again for Stauffer in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking left, rolling left. Now he's got to avoid the rush. Rolling right, looking downfield, fires it deep to the right side. Got a man wide open at the 28, and he's going to be drugged down at the 20-yard line. And they're going to say at the 18-yard line. And just like that, Louisville is now in the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed.
That was absolutely phenomenal. I'm trying to see who the jersey was. Was it 16? Was it Bryce Johnson? Or was it 18? Colton Norris. I believe I'll get some clarification here in just a second. Looks to be number 18. So that would be Colton Norris on the catch. Great job.
1st and 10 from the Hoover 18. They're going to hand it off. Going up the left side. And it's a fumble on the carpet. And it looks like Louisville jumped on it on the last second, losing big yardage there.
That's Joseph Banks, the offensive lineman, able to fall on that football. Wilson had it on the outside, but he had it knocked out of his hands. And Louisville able to avoid disaster yet again, Jay.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 17 as they're all the way back now on the Hoover 25-yard line. 7:10 to go here in the first quarter. Still no score, but Louisville's driving. Stauffer in the shotgun, 2 receivers up top to his right, 1 down here to his left. He also has Wilson on his left hip. Owen Wilson in the backfield with him. Stauffer takes the snap, and he hands it off to Wilson, who gets nowhere. The Hoover defense met him at the handoff.
And they ripped his helmet off as he made the tackle. So Owen Wilson's going to have to go to the sideline for one play. Jay, while we have a break, we have our first score update of the night. The St. Ed's Eagles lead Massillon 7-0. Brandon White on the very first play of the game, 64 yards for a touchdown.
So it's 3rd and 20 here at Louisville from the Hoover 28-yard line. 6:28 to go. Stauffer 5 wide. In the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back the pass. Here comes the Russ off the edge, and they're going to sling him down back at the 45-yard line as they went the wrong direction once they got into the red zone.
Owen Williams. Lots of Owens tonight. Owen Williams, a huge sack for Hoover as the pass rush able to disrupt Gabe Stauffer's timing. He didn't know what to do. 4th and 36, Jay.
And they're going to go ahead and bring out the punt unit. And we got 1 return man back deep for the Vikings standing at his own 10-yard line. And the snap goes over the punter's head again, all the way back at the 24. He line drives it and gets it away. And it is going to roll down to the Hoover 31. Another miracle getting that away, avoiding disaster for the 3rd time.
Well, Gabe Stauffer's a little upset because he got hit as he kicked it. There was no flag, no nothing. Very frustrated. But yes, now the 2nd time there has been a horrible snap. First one over his head, then the one on the ground, and now that one again shot over his head. A miracle he was able to get it off.
Is it kind of like a pocket situation? Once it goes that far deep, he's more considered a runner and a football player than a punter? I wonder.
He's still a punter, though, because he still punted the football.
Collins in the shotgun, 5 wide. Takes the snap, drops back the pass, looking right, fires it over the middle. Got a wide open man into Louisville territory, down to the Louisville 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Hoover strikes quickly.
Bryson Byers on the reception, the senior receiver, and here comes tempo out of the Hoover Vikings.
They love to get that defense on their heels with all the weapons that they have. They're going to stay 5 wide. Collins is going to stay in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he's going to take off on his own up the left side, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Tackled by number 73, Aiden Norris, 6'8", 320. The Cadillac Escalade, as you have nicknamed him. He is a big man.
He's got a lot of D1 offers, so that size is going to come in handy for a lot of success.
I believe 8 currently and counting.
2nd and 10 from the Louisville 32. Collins takes the snap, fires it immediately to the left side. They get up the field, and it looks like it's going to be another Hoover 1st down.
Drake Cooper, the receiver there, able to make the catch, get out of bounds. 1st down for the Hoover Vikings. They seem to be clicking right now, Jay.
They are now on the Louisville 21-yard line, right back to the line of scrimmage. Going no huddle, 5 wide again. Collins takes the snap, drops back. He's looking right, looking left, rolling left, looking downfield, avoids 1 rush. He's going to take off on his own. He gets inside the 15, down to the 14 before he scurries out of bounds. It's going to bring up 2nd down as the Hoover Vikings have now entered the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed with RG Drag.
And here we go, tempo again.
Back in the shotgun. They're going 4 wide this time, and they got a back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him going to the left side. Gets to the corner, turns it inside the 10 down to about the 6 or 7, but that's going to be another 1st down. It's now going to be 1st and goal Vikings.
That was Jack Andes, the do-it-all man for Hoover. You should have known, Jay. Should have known.
Right back to it, and Andes is in the backfield with Collins again, and they're going to hand it off to him again. He cuts it to the left side, and he's going to be hammered right at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and goal.
Colton Doherty came flying in from the linebacker spot and absolutely leveled Andes. Great job there by the defender. Hoover now 2nd and 6.
From the 6 in the shotgun, they're going 5 wide again, putting Andes out in the slot. 2nd and goal, 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. No score, but Hoover's knocking on the door. Collins takes the snap. He's going to run it right side, gets inside the 5, drives it down to about the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
It was a great run there by John Collins, just taking what the defense gave him, able to keep those legs churning. And here we go. Here comes the goal line package, the big uglies, so to speak, the men who are going to create space for maybe yet another run.
4 yards out, you might see a little bit of a bootleg or a play action. That's a little deep for me. Of course, I don't know their personnel like they do, but it's 3rd and goal from the 4. 3:05 to go. Shotgun formation, no receivers. And Collins is going to take it, run it up the left side, and he's going to churn those legs, dive forward in for the touchdown.
John Collins following his lead blocker, Chase Lukens. Gets some space, gets into the end zone. John Collins from 3 yards out and gives Hoover the lead early, 6-0.
Got the extra point still to come. Both of these teams have very, very good place kickers. So we
David Wadley, the kicker for the Hoover Vikings. He was kicking him from like 50 yards in warm-ups. Big leg.
So they're lined up for the extra point. There's the snap. Plenty of leg, and it is good. It is now 7-0 Vikings with 2:54 to go here in the first quarter as the Vikings draw first blood.
Great job there by Hoover. Took the ball, marched down the field. Now they will make Louisville on their heels a bit. I will say, Jay, what we failed to mention, the kicker, when he kicked the extra point, it left the stadium. There's the roof. There's the building on the other side of the end zone, and he kicked it over the roof and down onto the street.
Yeah, they have an entrance kind of like Green does, where they have that whole like facade building that you walk under to come into the stadium, and then you got the visitors locker room on the left side, and then you got like your concessions and your restrooms on the right side, and he booted it over that whole thing. Of course, the goalposts are a lot closer to this building here than they are at Green. Somebody kicks it over that building in Green, they're probably going to the NFL.
I would think so.
And now we're going to see if the Louisville Leopards can respond, now trailing 7-0 with 2:54 left here in the first quarter. As we know, Louisville can move the football, as on the last drive, they got it down inside the red zone and then started going the wrong direction because of a great pass rush by the North Canton Hoover Vikings. And you got to wonder, when are they going to start going with that 3-headed monster at the running back position now that Hoover, that was booted all the way through the back of the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback for Louisville. But now that they got North Canton Hoover's pass rush on their toes and running downhill, is this when you flip it up on them and then start running those draw plays and using that 3-headed monster?
Well, we know Gabe Stauffer can run the ball really well, and then you have the Owen brothers, Wilson and DiMarzio, that can run as well. So I think it is going to be time that we're going to have to see both. Right now, I don't see Owen Wilson on the field. He's on the sideline. DiMarzio in the backfield.
1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Shotgun formation for Stauffer. He takes the snap and hands it off. There he goes up the middle. On cue out to the 35-yard line. 36. 1st and 10, Louisville.
That's Owen DiMarzio. We just talked about him. Back into the scoreboard we go. Minerva leads St. Thomas 7-0. Green and Jackson tied at 7. St. Ed's and Massillon tied at 7. And Northwest leads Canton South 3-0.
7-0 here with 2:35 to go here in the first quarter. Louisville 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Back in the shotgun for Stauffer. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and he's going to hand it off again to Wilson.
It's DiMarzio.
And DiMarzio, and he's going to spin out of the tackle, but gain maybe 1 yard.
We know that Louisville loves to run the football, but as we heard Coach Kappas in the pregame coach's corner, that Gabe has matured quite a bit, and he has a very good throwing arm as well. So the fact that he is a dual threat quarterback, John Collins across the way is a dual threat quarterback himself, it's a battle.
Yeah, we've seen Stauffer throw it downfield quite a bit already here in this first quarter, and he's going to be in the shotgun here on 2nd and 9. Takes the snap, and he's going to run it himself behind his running back, cut it back up the middle, and out across the 45 to the 47, 48-yard line. It's going to be a first down.
That's the way you want the ball right there. Put it in the hands of your playmakers, Jay. What did we talk about? Big-time players make big-time plays. This is a huge game. Both teams 4-0. It is a packed house on both sides. Everybody is watching this game, and Louisville doesn't want to fall behind any further.
1st and 10, Stauffer in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls right, fires it to the right side. Nobody there, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Looking for Isaiah Bragg, number 8. I'm sorry, Luke Seaman, the intended receiver, number 0. An 8 and a 0 look very similar from this distance.
Yeah, especially with the font of the letters and that powder blue. Clean, but when you're far away, sometimes those numbers can run together.
They can.
2nd and 10 from their own 47-yard line as the Leopards shifting guys in and out. And now they're going to go to your traditional huddle, and Stauffer's going to break it in the shotgun. And he's going to have 2 receivers up top to his right, 1 down here to his left. And he's going to take the snap and run it straight up the middle. And he gets out across the 50 into Hoover territory. I'm actually surprised because everybody in the stadium saw that coming, and they still couldn't stop it.
I'm very surprised that there wasn't a flag because it looked like one of the receivers for Louisville did not come set before the snap. But, again, I may not know the rules as well as some. So
depends on which direction they're going. That's the rule. If they're going away from the snap, they can be moving. If they're coming in, they have to eventually settle in.
There you go.
3rd and 4 from the Hoover 47. 4 wide. They got 2 to each side, and Stauffer in the shotgun. And he's got a back in the backfield with him, and they're going to hand it off to him again. Or no, he's going to keep it again, but he gets nowhere. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Hoover all over it. Number 40, Carson Dungan, the senior everything, H-back, linebacker, defensive lineman, all over it. And it looks like Louisville's going to have to punt yet again, but I don't think we're going to get a punt off, Jay, under 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Oh, Brian Baum calling the timeout.
So this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. We're going to keep it here with just 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and North Canton leading 7-0.
Well, that's what we want. Obviously, Coach Baum wanted to force them to punt, maybe, or personnel issues, or
it's the fact that Stauffer is also their punter. They are inside Hoover territory, albeit not by much, but you have to account. He has to make sure his guys account for the fake.
That's
because
very
it's
true.
Only 4th and 4, and you don't want the first quarter to end on such a big play that gets these guys out of their seats below us.
Well, and Owen DiMarzio is an up man as well, Jay. This could be something to watch here, buddy.
That was the reason for the timeout.
Words of wisdom with Jay Wilhelm.
Coming to you anytime you listen. I wouldn't, though. There's the snap. He thinks about it, but then gets it away as that took a minute to process, and it's going to get a Leopard bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and it's still rolling down to the 10-yard line. So it ended up being a good punt by Stauffer, but he took his time.
He did. He thought about it.
He was probably told, look and see. If they give it to you, take it. If not, just go ahead and punt it away.
He did a great job. He got a great roll down to about the 10, almost the 11-yard line. We'll call it the 10.5-yard line, where it's the end of the first quarter.
The end of the first quarter with the Vikings leading 7-0. We'll keep it here. We don't got time to go to a commercial. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hoover Vikings, up 7-0. And they're going to start this drive from their own 10-yard line.
I am currently updating our social media followers.
Yeah, go follow our social medias. Q92 Sports. Heck, follow them all. Q92, AM 1410, WDPN.
Did you say 1410?
I don't know, man. I'm dyslexic.
It's 1310.
Hey, whatever. It's the same thing. I missed it by one number.
That's a lot, though, in the AM world.
That
could be almost a full dial turn.
Oh, well. Dial back to 1310 WDPN. Here we go. We're all ready for the second quarter now.
Oh, Jay, I've missed you, my friend.
Once
a week is not enough.
4 wide, and they're going to hand it off up the left side, and he's going to try to get the corner. And that corner closed before he even thought about heading that direction, and he knew it.
Looked to be number 10, Chris Carter. And he's hobbling a little bit, Jay.
He took a shot there on the sidelines, and they continued that thing past the white. So it's now going to be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings, and now they're going to go back to the 5-wide set with Collins in the shotgun all by his lonesome in the backfield. He puts Andes in motion, fakes the flip to him, drops back to pass, looking left. Now he's going to have to tuck it and run, and he's only going to gain 2 yards, and he gets folded at the end, and he's down.
Yeah, he took a shot, Jay.
He took a shot to the chin as his knee was hitting the ground. And that would be big, big trouble for the Hoover Vikings. Not what you want to see in this kind of a matchup.
Now, again, this timeout brought to you by the Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. John Collins, the quarterback for the Hoover Vikings, down.
Yeah, when you're playing in a game like this, I think both coaches would agree that you want best against best. You want no excuses at the end of this thing. And that starts with the quarterback, John Collins, in the backfield for the North Canton Hoover Vikings, as Coach Baum is now out there with the training staff.
Yeah, I mean, he took a shot, and like you said, Jay, he folded up pretty quick.
That was very close to being an issue.
Yeah.
It was so bang that I agree that they kept the flags in their pockets, but 1/2 a step less, and they're getting flagged for that. That was very, very close. And it was to the head, to the chin.
You're hoping that it's just he got his bell rung a little bit, and maybe he just needs a few minutes to.
It could be a leg thing too, because of the way he folded.
He did. His leg kind of was bent up underneath the defender as well.
All right, they're gonna help him up, and we're gonna get to see a whole lot right now.
Oh, he's hobbling.
He's
Jay.
limping off right now.
He can hardly.
This is
walk.
not looking good.
Could just need retaped. Could just. I mean.
He's trying. He's trying, and he's getting nowhere with it.
Yeah, Coach Baum actually giving him a shoulder to lean on here. So it's going to be a different quarterback under center, Jay, for at least a little bit. John Collins.
By the way he's walking, and that thing is going to tighten up, I would be surprised if we saw John Collins back in this ball game, because it's taken both sides. Now another coach comes out to help him. And it looks like, let's see who they put in at quarterback here. Luke Whitaker, Jr. Or no, he's a senior as well. He's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off straight up the middle, out to about the 19-yard line.
Now I see the ambulance lights on. Did I miss Collins?
No, he didn't make it that far that quick.
I was going to say. 31 seconds left in the first quarter. The McKinley Bulldogs lead the Perry Panthers 6-0.
And Hoover's going to punt it. It's 4th and 3 now. That took a lot of wind out of this game right now. It just even seems like it got a little quiet because that was such a big component for the Hoover Vikings. And they're going to go ahead and punt it back to the Leopards, who are standing on their own 45-yard line. Low snap. Gets it off, and we're going to have a whistle.
His knee was down when he picked it up, Jay. They're going to mark the football right there. Wow.
Everything going wrong now for the Vikings.
On the 5-yard line. When Jack Andes fielded the ground ball on the snap, his knee went down when he picked it up. Unfortunately, when your knee is down, the play is dead. Wow. And I'm still looking for John Collins, seeing if he's getting worked on right now. Backup quarterback, though, still getting work on the sideline, Luke Whitaker.
So the Louisville Leopards get the start in the RG Drag red zone. It's going to be first and goal from the Hoover 5-yard line with 10:31 to go here in the second quarter. And they're going to take the snap, run it straight up the middle, and they're going to get no gain, as that was Stauffer on the carry.
Yeah, the lane that Stauffer thought he had closed up real quick. Lights are on for the Louisville ambulance, which is weird.
I don't know that they got him there that
Maybe
fast.
They got a call. I'm looking for John Collins, and I don't see him on the sideline, Jay. Maybe they got him in the ambulance quick.
So it's going to be second and goal now from the 6-yard line, as Louisville lost a yard, but now they're going to spread it back out. Stauffer in the backfield by himself. 3 receivers to the left, 1 down here to the right. Takes the snap, and he's going to run it up the middle again, and he's going to get popped himself at the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up third and goal.
Number 54 is Jack Zarko. Gave him a nice what for as he tried to break the tackle and get into the end zone. Jay, every time Louisville seems to have great field position, they end up going backwards.
Yeah. They're at the 5-yard line. At least they got that yard back. 3 receivers down here to the right. They got a one-on-one up top to the left. Takes the snap. Stauffer looking that way, and they're going right at it over the outstretched hands of his intended target, Quinn Burrick. Incomplete.
And Stauffer wants that one back.
And they're going to bring on the field goal unit and try to get some points on the board.
Let's see, the kicker for Louisville, number 30, Parker Dahm. Sophomore kicker, 5'7", 160 pounds.
And bad snap. Couldn't field it, throws it in the air, incomplete, as the placer couldn't hold on to the football.
That was Stauffer.
So Louisville comes away with nothing.
But again, another terrible snap. The ball was on the ground. Stauffer couldn't get it and field it and set it down for the kicker. So that all that great field position, all for naught.
And I'm going to tell you right now that everybody else on that offensive line and all of those specialty positions on the offense, they are going to have to rally around this Whitaker kid. He's a senior, but they're going to have to rally around him because he's going to have to make his first bit of action here in this season in a hostile environment in the biggest game of the year so far. And he comes out in the shotgun formation with his feet in his own end zone, as they're going to take over from their own 5-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and they're going to go ahead and hand it off up the middle. Diving forward to the 10 is the Hoover Vikings, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Number 13, Michael Lamline, the ball carrier. They're going to give him 6 on the carry, Jay. So again, our thoughts and prayers for John Collins, who has left the game with an injury, undisclosed currently.
It looks like an ankle injury. May have even left the stadium. Whitaker takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off again and gets maybe a yard, and he's going to get piled up and thrown backwards.
Looked like he took a trip to Suplex City there.
Still gave him a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. 8:13 to go until halftime. North Canton clinging to a 7-0 lead. And now with their backup quarterback in.
Jay, I'm currently looking at the sidelines. I'm scanning. I don't see John Collins. So we did see an ambulance leave the stadium. Not sure if he was in it or not.
Whitaker, here comes the blitz, and he's going to be sacked for a safety. Or no, it's a fumble, and it could be a touchdown. Let's see what they call. They're going to say he was on the 1-yard line. That might be the worst call of the night.
Unbelievable.
He still had the football in his hands while he was backpedaling. Let's see what they say.
Oh, Coach Kappas is not happy. I don't know what this call, what in the world?
Wow.
What game are they watching? Are they watching the same game? Wow, I'm not one to usually criticize officials, but he literally had the ball in the end zone, and then he just kind of tossed it for a fumble. And
so now Hoover's going to have to get rid of it. And it's a bad punt off the left side of the foot, and it's going to bounce out at the 40-yard line. And Louisville is going to get a 1st and 10 inside Hoover territory with another chance to catch up.
Louisville has had opportunities.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they have kind of squandered them a little bit, but you can't let the officials dictate that at all. You have to play better as a team. You've got to take advantage of these opportunities. John Collins, senior quarterback for the Hoover Vikings, out currently. So insert new quarterback, and here's an opportunity now for you to march down the field and score if you're Louisville.
Stauffer hands it off. Nothing doing as DiMarzio was on the carry there.
DiMarzio, the ball carrier, and the tackle by number 11, Carter Lukens, the senior. He shot that A-gap in a hurry and stopped DiMarzio in his tracks.
So no gain for the Leopards. 2nd and 10 from the Hoover 40-yard line. 6:40 to go until halftime. Stauffer in the shotgun. 3 receivers up top to the right, 1 down here to the left as they are now going left to right. He's got DiMarzio on his right hip in the backfield out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back the pass. Here comes the blitz. And hit as his receiver tried to bring it down. Great job by the Hoover Vikings defense. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, the intended receiver, number 9, Gabe Regenball. That's what we're going to go with. I apologize if it's wrong. He had it, and then he got drilled by the Hoover Viking defender and not able to secure the catch.
So 3rd and 10 for the Louisville Leopards. Shotgun formation again for Stauffer. 3 receivers to his left, 1 down here to the right. DiMarzio in the backfield with him. He's going to hand it off to DiMarzio. Goes up the middle, wide open. He gets out to the 35, and he's going to be stopped there. That's going to bring up 4th and 5, but I'm going to tell you right now, with all the struggles and the fact that Hoover's got a new quarterback in, I'm going for this.
I think it's going to be one of those things, Jay, where it could go twofold here. It could be one of those pooch kicks. I think it's all going to depend on the look on the defensive side. Whatever Hoover gives him, I think is going to determine whether he goes for it or not, because he could easily take 2 steps back and punt it.
I think you trust your defense with the fact that they got a new quarterback in who doesn't look comfortable at all right now. And I'm going for this tenfold if I'm Louisville. But you can't leave out the fact that they might back it out. Personnel says they're going for it. They take the snap, drop back the pass. Stauffer looking left, rolling right. Fires it down, complete. What a catch on the sidelines. 1st down, Leopards.
Anderson Candle, number 4, makes the catch, and what a beautiful throw and catch from Stauffer to Candle. You needed that. That was huge on 4th down.
1st and 10 now for the Leopards from the Hoover 22-yard line. 5:23 to go until halftime. Right now, the Vikings lead 7-0, but Louisville is marching. 4 wide again for Stauffer. Takes the snap, drops back the pass, avoids the rush, has to get rid of it quick and throws it behind his intended target. Incomplete, and 2nd and 10.
Owen Williams, the defender for Hoover, getting in the face of Gabe Stauffer, forcing him to lose that ball a little quicker than he wanted to. Brings up 2nd and 10 back into the scoreboard. Jackson now leads Green 14-7.
A lot of good matchups around the area tonight.
A lot of Federal League matchups tonight, which are going to be really good.
Stauffer in the shotgun, 5 wide this time, empty backfield, takes a snap, fires it immediately left. He's got his man, gets past 1 tackle, and then gets hammered out of bounds at the 17-yard line. And with that, the Leopards have now entered the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed with RG Drag.
Absolutely. 3rd and about 5.
Yep, 3rd and 5.
17.
Under 5 to play here until halftime.
Join us at halftime. We've got the news with Jeff Mears. We'll get some scores. We'll get you all set up for the second half, amongst other things.
Sure, why not? Stauffer in the shotgun. A receiver to each side. They went a little big up front this time. They're going to hand it off to DiMarzio. Goes up left, waits patiently, gets inside the 15 down to the 13.
He's going to be short. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down, Jay. It'll be 4th and about 1, maybe a little bit more than 1.
And again, you go for it.
Tush push, baby. It's effective.
It is. And now Louisville will call a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family, and we'll step away. This is high school football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back here at Louisville with 4:12 to go until halftime. It is 4th and 1 for the Leopards on the Hoover 13-yard line, and they're bringing in the big bodies. And we're going to get that tush push. And I don't know that they got any movement forward.
No. Hoover's already celebrating. I think it's first down, Hoover.
I don't think that they got a centimeter moved forward.
Uh-oh. Flag thrown. That can't be good. Question is, what's the flag for? Still finger pointing. No one knows who has the football. Refs currently standing, chatting it up. They're not talking about their dinner.
It's definitely not a first down if they're going to put it where the ball's marked at right now.
Big importance here is what
but
is the flag?
The flag looks like it's going to be on Hoover.
Uh-oh.
As Louisville has been handed every opportunity to take over this game. Their star quarterback, gone. Inside the red zone, twice gone.
Oh, they had too many men. Too many men on defense.
So that's going to be an automatic first down, and Louisville will get yet another chance.
My, oh my.
First and goal.
How many chances does one team need? How many?
As many as they can get.
You need to take and make the most of each opportunity you're given. Trailing 7-0.
So Stauffer back in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. And they're going to hand it off. Bounces it to the left side, gets inside the 5, and then he's going to be driven backwards. But it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4 for the Leopards.
Well, it was Owen Wilson this time. Great job. What I like about both of these Owens, Wilson and DiMarzio, they are very patient runners, Jay. They go to the line, they find their hole, and then they take it.
Yeah, they wait for that. They wait for the Red Sea to part, which is a skill that is very, very hard to teach and sometimes very hard to learn. You just kind of have to have those instincts already built in you. And Stauffer's going to be in the shotgun again, 2nd and goal. And they're going to hand it off again, and he's going to bust it in for a Louisville touchdown.
Owen Wilson, the ball carrier, and he does it. Gets Louisville on the board. Now the all-important extra point coming up for the Leopards. What a job by Louisville. Finally breaking it into the end zone. The crowd cheering loudly. The extra point. Snap is in. Ball. Kick is up. Kick is good. All tied up 7 apiece.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, that if you're North Canton Hoover, you have to feel mildly good knowing that they've been handed the keys 5 times and still couldn't figure out a way to start the car.
Very true.
So if they have to start at normal field positions, like your defense now gets a full field to defend.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm taking to the huddle if I'm Coach Baum. But nonetheless, it's tied 7 apiece with 3:07 to go here in the first half.
Well, and now it's a brand new ball game, all tied up. It'll be interesting to see what Hoover does with a backup quarterback. Still waiting on an update on John Collins. Could be a leg, could be a knee, could be an ankle. He couldn't put any weight on it at all.
Yeah, that's why I think it was more of an ankle situation. But
we aren't doctors.
Not even close.
I didn't play one on TV, and no, I didn't sleep at Holiday Inn Express last night.
I would never sleep at a Holiday Inn Express unless they became sponsors of our radio station. We got it teed up. We're ready to kick it back to the Vikings, though, with 3:07 to go until halftime. And it's going to line drive right to the 10. That's where it's going to be fielded, out to the 20, to the 25, out to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10, Hoover. And now Whitaker's going to get a chance with normal field position to see what he can do with this offense.
Yeah, obviously the first time he had the ball, it was on the 5-yard line.
The second time he had the ball, it was on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, so now is the time. Luke Whitaker, senior quarterback for the Hoover Vikings.
You're a senior, man. You got to figure it out.
And you have talent all around. They have great receivers. Jack Andes is there as well. Just get him the ball.
Yeah, figure out a way to get him the ball in space.
Yep.
So here comes Whitaker in the shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Takes the snap, looking left, fires it to Andes. And he gets down across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Just like we said, get him the ball. Although there wasn't a whole lot of space there after he corralled it in.
Quinn Burke gets credit for the tackle for Louisville. Yeah, you get it to Jack Andes. But Jack Andes can't go if the defense is all over him. Yeah. And they know they're going to follow him. They're going to spy him all night long.
2nd and 6 as they gave him 4 yards on the reception there, and they're going to hand it off to Andes. He's going to the right side this time. Wants to get the corner. He doesn't. And he's going to gain maybe 2 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and short.
If you notice, Jay, he may have been looking to throw that ball.
Possible. I mean, we know he does everything else.
I mean, he was looking to potentially throw that football.
I'm going to say 3rd and 4 from their own 35-yard line. 2:09 to go until halftime. Big 3rd down for Hoover, who needs to move the ball and get confidence into their backup quarterback as they're going to go 5 wide. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Looking left, fires it right. Nobody there, 4th down.
Well, he had a man. He had Michael Lamlin, the running back, open. The throw, though, just a bit off.
Like I said, with Collins going out, it took a huge divot out of the excitement of this ball game.
Hey, Jay, you ready for another surprise of the evening? The Massillon Tigers lead the St. Ed's Eagles 14-7.
It's easy to play good teams when you play good teams in your own bedroom every week. And that ball hits the turf, and Hoover's going to have to run it, and now Hoover's falling apart at the seams.
Yeah, just special teams has been a big issue on both sides of the football. Just the long snappers, so to speak, not able to do their jobs well tonight, and it has cost both teams.
And it's going to cost Hoover a lot more because now Louisville is starting on the Hoover 29-yard line with 1:45 to go until halftime, and they could take the lead right now.
Yep. Hoover will get the football to start the second half. So if you're Louisville, why not? Let's try to go for it. You got 2 timeouts. Let's get it down the field.
Stauffer takes the snap. He hands it off. Up the middle goes the back. Breaks free! And he's going to be hammered down at the 28-yard line. That was not contact. That something popped in that knee.
Oh, no. That is Owen Wilson, and he
made a cut.
He is in absolute agony right now.
Yep. So we're going to step away for this injury timeout, as this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
And we're back. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Leopards from the Hoover 28-yard line. 1:32 to go until halftime. Stauffer in the shotgun. They're going 5 wide. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Looking right, rolling right, looking back the other direction. He's going to fire it the other way, and there's nobody there. Incomplete.
He had a receiver, but just couldn't get enough on the throw. Owen Wilson needed help to get off the field. He's currently getting looked at by the Louisville training staff.
Yeah, he made a cut and then went down immediately. So that was a no-contact injury, which is never really a good thing. So it's going to now be 3rd and 9 for the Leopards. 1:17 to go until halftime. They are still on the Hoover 28-yard line. Pretty much where this drive started. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Stauffer. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Here comes the rush. And he's running for his life left, looking downfield. And he gets past the first defender, and he's going to be drilled out of bounds at the 23-yard line, 24-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Might as well go for it.
Well, Jay, we're seeing Owen Wilson here on the sideline. I mean, he's trying. It might be a calf. It could be his knee. I mean, he's limping. He can't seem to get much weight on that leg at all, but it's now 4th down.
4th and 5 from the Hoover 24-yard line, and the Leopards are going to go for it again.
And why not?
Yeah, 1:05 to go. Like I said, the offense for Hoover now does not have their captain. So you go for it inside their territory almost every time from here on out as needed. Stauffer takes the snap, drops back to pass, fires it over the middle, in and out of the hands, intercepted off the tip by Hoover. They're coming back the other way. 30 to the 35-yard line.
Carter Lukens intercepted the ball on the deflection. And again, not quite a punt, but a turnover, something you don't want in that situation.
That was huge for Hoover, though.
That's a boost. That's what you need. If you were Louisville, you have multiple opportunities.
They should be leading. They should be leading 28-7 right now.
Yeah. Gabe Stauffer, not happy.
So 54 seconds to go until halftime. The Vikings have the ball at their own 37-yard line. We got a tie ball game at 7 apiece. And here comes Luke Whitaker. He's got a back on his right hip. Takes the snap, going to hand it off to him straight up the middle, out to the 40 to the 41-yard line. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Well, it was Jack Andes again, the ball carrier. I think we're going to hear his name quite a bit, Jay.
Somebody's got to take over that spot for Collins to run this offense.
Alan Hoover doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry.
No. They don't want to make a mistake and give up a dumb – they don't want a dumb mistake this deep, this late in the half. They'd rather just regroup, try to get Whitaker on the same page as the offense so they could come out here a new ball club in the second half. Whitaker takes the snap, hands it off again, straight up the left side or the right side, out to the 44-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down as we're under 10, and I don't think we're going to see another snap.
Nope, they're running off the field.
So we're headed to halftime here in Louisville as the Leopards and the Vikings are knotted at 7. We've had some big injuries, and we'll talk about that at halftime. But first, we're going to take a commercial break. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back here at Louisville Stadium as the Leopards and the Vikings are knotted at 7 apiece, and the Hoover Band is out on the field getting ready to do their halftime show, and we are going to send it back to the studio for a Jeff Mears news break.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. A man accused of kidnapping a woman at knife point at a Jackson Township hotel makes his initial court appearance. 38-year-old Jamie Triplett of Canton was arraigned today in Massillon Municipal Court on charges of aggravated robbery, kidnapping, disrupting public services, and aggravated menacing. He pleaded not guilty. Bond was set at $1 million. Triplett allegedly forced a 31-year-old woman into a vehicle at the Roadway Inn on Sunset Strip Northwest Wednesday night. The following morning, they were found at a hotel in Perry Township. The woman was not injured. Triplett is scheduled to return to court Thursday for a preliminary hearing. He was convicted of rape and kidnapping in 2012 and released from prison in February. A Canton woman is acquitted of a disorderly conduct charge stemming from the assault of her 11-year-old daughter. 34-year-old Paige DeShong was found not guilty Wednesday during a bench trial in Canton Municipal Court. Judge Dennis Barr dismissed a count of obstructing official business. DeShong was accused of attempting to fight a woman who was under arrest for beating her daughter at a park on Stark Avenue Southwest in Canton. 19-year-old Destiny Scott of Canton told police the girl slapped her in the face. She was sentenced to 18 months in prison after pleading guilty in July to a reduced count of aggravated assault. Scott was given credit for 98 days served. A jail cell is now home for an East Canton man who pleaded no contest to 1 misdemeanor count each of cruelty to companion animals and sexual conduct with an animal. 29-year-old Joseph Domer entered the plea Wednesday in Canton Municipal Court. Judge Mary Falvey sentenced him to 180 days in jail. 60 days were suspended on condition of 2 years good behavior. Domer also is not allowed to own a pet. According to court records, Domer took part in a sex act with a canine in April 2024. The dog nearly suffocated. Domer and 25-year-old Jonathan Cunningham of Helena were sentenced in July after pleading guilty to similar charges involving a different dog. The activity occurred from October 2024 to May of this year. A Stark County grand jury has indicted a man who allegedly shot at an Alliance home. 42-year-old Derek Miller of Alliance was charged with felonious assault, improperly discharging a firearm at or into a habitation, and having weapons under disability. He pleaded not guilty today during his arraignment in Common Pleas Court. A pretrial hearing is scheduled for Wednesday. On July 28th, Miller allegedly shot at a home on East Ely Street. 2 people were inside when the residence was hit by gunfire. The grand jury declined to indict 2 other suspects. Kurt Conrad submitted a surprise resignation email to board members August 6th as CEO of the Stark Area Regional Transit Authority. Thursday, the board approved a severance package. The repository reports Conrad will receive about $100,000 over a 6-month period. As part of the deal, he must drop any legal claims against SARTA and not work for a public transit agency in Stark or an adjoining county for 6 months. Conrad's letter said he would be leaving in August 2026. A week later, the sides agreed he would leave immediately. Conrad had led SARTA since July 2009. He did not give a reason for his resignation. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
A former treasurer of the Carrollton Exempted Village Schools pleaded guilty to theft in office and records tampering. 50-year-old Amy Spears will be sentenced October 7th. She admitted improperly using nearly $28,000 while serving as treasurer between September 2022 and October 2024. Spears wrote checks to herself for tuition reimbursement for college classes she did not take. She also wrote herself a $5,000 check. Spears was placed on paid leave April 1st. She may no longer serve in public office. Charges are pending in connection with a fatal crash in Rootstown Township. Highway Patrol says a car was southbound on New Milford Road September 12th when it failed to yield at a stop sign. The vehicle, driven by a 25-year-old Bristolville man, hit a sewer truck at Talmadge Road. Neither driver was hurt. A passenger in the car, 81-year-old Dolores Chiappini of Aurora, died at the scene. The truck is owned by the city of Kent and was being driven to Edinburgh auctions by a city employee. The patrol says they were not at fault. An East Palestine man is headed to prison after pleading guilty to child pornography charges. 75-year-old Robert Rogers was sentenced to 5 years behind bars today by Columbiana County Common Pleas Judge Scott Washin. He was given credit for 23 days served. Rogers pleaded guilty in July to 17 counts of pandering obscenity involving a minor. He was indicted in January. The charges resulted from a June 2024 incident in which he allegedly possessed child porn. Rogers will spend 5 years on probation and must register as a Tier 2 sex offender. 19 years in prison is the sentence for an East Liverpool man. Investigators say 32-year-old Joseph DeSaro was involved in drug activity throughout last year. He was sentenced this week in Columbiana County Common Pleas Court after more than 8,000 fentanyl pills, over 30 grams of powder fentanyl, and more than 90 grams of cocaine were found during multiple investigations. Investigators also seized $15,000 in suspected drug proceeds. A man is charged after a child is injured in a shooting in Warren. Police responded to St. Joseph Hospital Thursday after a 2-year-old was brought there with a gunshot wound. Officers concluded the child was playing with a gun when it went off and they lost part of a finger. The alleged incident occurred at a home on Prospect Avenue Northwest. Police discovered 5 dogs at the address that had been neglected. 23-year-old Norrell Frank was arrested and charged with endangering children and 5 counts of cruelty to companion animals. He pleaded not guilty during arraignment today in Warren Municipal Court. Frank was ordered to have no contact with the victim or have any animals. His next court appearance is slated for Thursday. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, mostly clear skies with a low around 56. Mostly sunny Saturday with a high of 85. For Q92 News, I'm Jeff Mears.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection. Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is head coach Chris Kappas from Louisville High School. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back inside Louisville Leopard Stadium, Louisville High School. We are at halftime. The Vikings and the Leopards tied at 7, and man, oh man, we'll talk about that. Before we do, and before we talk stats, I'm going to hop into the scoreboard. Fairless and Orville tied at 14 at the half. Ridgewood leads East Canton 14-0. Strasburg all over Sandy Valley 35-0. Alliance leads Canton Central Catholic 35-7. Over on Q92, Maslin leads St. Ed's 14-7. Triway and Tuslaw tied at 14. At halftime, it is McKinley 20, Perry 10. Lake leads Glen Oak 28-7. Minerva leads St. Thomas 24-0. Northwest leads Canton South 10-7 at halftime. Green trails Jackson 17-7, and Nelly just into the scoreboard. Maslin 21, St. Ed's 7, a 92-yard touchdown drive. Oh my. And let's see, do we have any more scores? Nope, Jay, those are my scores, and I'm sticking to them.
All right, well, now we got the Louisville band out on the field doing their halftime show. So we're going to step away for another commercial break. When we come back, we will have first half stats. We will cover the highlights. And then we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. You can call in on the tip line. No, I'm just kidding. We have no tip line. Don't try to call in. Don't bother the studio, please. They're busy. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
This is head coach Brian Baum from the North Canton Hoover Vikings football team. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Again, back inside Louisville Leopards Stadium in Louisville at the high school here. It is 7-7. Louisville and Hoover all knotted up. We're going to jump into some first half stats. Time of possession, Louisville, 14 minutes, 35 seconds. For Hoover's 9 minutes and 15 seconds, Jay. That's a big gap.
Yeah. Thank you.
First downs, Louisville 6, Hoover 3. Total yards, 110 for Louisville, 88 for Hoover. 52 yards passing for Hoover, 56 for Louisville. 44 yards on the ground for Hoover, 77 for Louisville. John Collins, 2 for 4, 48 yards. And Luke Whitaker, 1 for 2 for 4 yards. Right now, Jay, did we get some first half awesomeness?
Maybe.
Well, while you keep doing that, I'll keep talking.
Yeah,
Gabe Stouffer. We were corrected as soon as we went into halftime.
I apologize for all 722 times I said Stauffer. It is Stouffer indeed.
We were corrected, so we apologize. Gabe Stouffer, 4 of 13 for 56 yards. Rushing, John Collins, 5 for 18 and a touchdown. Lamline, 6 for 18, and Jack Andes, 3 for 8. Owen Wilson, 6 carries, 30 yards and a touchdown. DiMarzio, 6 carries, 27 yards. Stouffer, 7 for 20. Receiving, Norris, 1 catch, 31 yards. Candle, 1 for 13. Wilson, 1 for 7. And Remingdahl, 1 for 5 for Hoover. 1 for 37 is Bryson Byer. 1 for 11 is Drake Cooper, and 1 for 4, Jack Andes. 1 penalty in this game, 1 turnover in this game. Jay, what do you think about the stats?
I don't know, man.
You just got some highlights, big guy.
I did. It's, I'm surprised that there was, you said only 1 penalty.
1 penalty
that
for 5 yards.
Probably, and that was that too many men on the field.
Yep.
I think that's the most surprising to me because Louisville started out real sloppy, couldn't get it together, and blew a bunch of chances. And then the same thing happened to North Canton. And usually chaos creates penalty flags, and we only saw 1, which is kind of wild to me. But I did get some highlights from the first half, and we're going to start with the first one. And it's unfortunate that it's the 4-yard touchdown run by North Canton quarterback, which we'll talk about in a minute, John Collins. Like they do, but it's 3rd and goal from the 4. 3:05 to go. Shotgun formation, no receivers. And Collins is going to take it, run it up the left side, and he's going to churn those legs. Dive forward in for the touchdown. And that made it 7-0 after the extra point was up and good. And then miles later into the second quarter, after all of the things that went on, the Louisville Leopards were able to get into the end zone behind Owen Wilson. Stauffer's going to be in the shotgun again, 2nd and goal, and they're going to hand it off again, and he's going to bust it in for a Louisville touchdown. And that was Owen Wilson from 4 yards out. Extra point was good. 7-7 at that point late in the second quarter, and now we got to talk about it.
We got to talk about it.
The thing that took the wind, a lot of the wind, not of it. We still got a ball game. And to the kids, the win still matters no matter who's on the field.
Correct.
But to us talking heads, we understand how big of a moment it was for this game and for this rivalry when John Collins went down.
Yeah, John Collins was trying to I guess it was a quarterback draw, got rolled up on one side and then took a shot on the other side and laid on the field. He was able to get up, but he could not really put any weight at all on his leg. And I'm looking at him right now, Jay Wilhelm, as he is across the field on crutches, and it looks to he has a slight cast on his right ankle.
Yep, so it was an ankle, which is what we thought. But he is out of the pads, I believe.
Yes, he is.
He's not in the street clothes. He's still in his uniform, but he will not be returning tonight. And now, as Hoover came into this ball game 4-0, you got to wonder if and when he comes back this season, because you usually don't end up on crutches in a rivalry game of this magnitude for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, John Collins is a dynamic athlete, dual threat quarterback. He can hurt you with his legs, he can hurt you with his arms, and it is so deflating in a matchup of this magnitude when you have a player of his talent go down and he's not able to continue.
And like I said, I think both coaches would agree that you want strength on strength. You don't want something like this to happen, not just because of it's the kid and his future, and he's also a state track champion and all of those things, but it's because you love to compete and you want to compete best on best. And I think both coaches would agree to that sentiment. So it took a big bit of sales, especially across the way. You could see a collective like hunch of the shoulders of that fan base across the way as we are looking east from the press box at the Hoover sections. And it's just a super unfortunate thing. We hope that it's not too bad. We hope he can come back at full strength. We hope that he can go on and continue to be the champion track star that he is too. But right now, North Canton and Luke Whitaker is the guy that they put under center, who's also a senior. He's now had halftime. He gets to come out basically 0-0 and start and play his own game.
Well, and also, too, on the sidelines, I saw it a little bit during warm-ups, Jack Andes doing some tossing of the football as well. So potentially you're going to look for a spark. You're going to look for something on offense. But we can't talk about the one injury without talking about the other. Owen Wilson, running back for Louisville, non-contact, went down on a cut and could not put any weight on his knee, ankle. I'm looking to see if he is out warming up at all. He is out on the field warming up, pointed out.
So it might have been a scare.
Be.
You feel something when it's little or no contact, especially as a running back that's cutting upfield on turf. Your mind immediately goes to the negative. So it was more out of probably fear and precaution. And when he did come over here, he was able to put some weight on it, although at the time it didn't look great.
He's running on the sideline right now, Jay, and it looks
geared.
Like he's ready to go.
Yeah.
So great news for Louisville.
But very
Owen Wilson.
different if he couldn't have come back, because like you said, it's a three-headed monster in the backfield. Four heads if you count the quarterback. John Collins is the battery.
Yeah, I mean, John Collins is really good for Hoover, and they're going to miss him.
Yep.
And like we have talked about for many years with high school football, next man up.
Yep.
Injuries happen. It's a part of the game. It's a violent sport, and this stuff happens. So can Luke Whitaker be that guy? Look for trick plays with Jack Andes. They're going to have to run the ball a lot more for Louisville. I mean, Gabe Stouffer's got to find a way to keep this Leopards offense, to keep the foot on the gas, and they've got to stop stalling and get into the end zone and get points.
And normally when we get statistics, we like to thank the press box.
We do.
And Louisville's great. They got a spread behind us. We got some great pizzas, some wings, some cookies that are homemade that are to die for. Yeah, you love your ice cold water.
I do.
Yeah. But our stats came from an unlikely source.
Yeah.
And
Unlikely
he told my partner here that
we should
go on air and thank him personally. And I'm going to do that. So thank you, faceless nobody, for giving us statistics that we so desperately needed during this halftime show. And now we are ready.
Wow.
My buddy over there knows I love him. He's my guy from – we are fellow Otterbein Cardinals.
I like it.
Very different times, but we share the O, and he knows. But he shall remain nameless and faceless out of pure spite.
All right.
And we are about ready for the second half kickoff as Hoover is out and waiting.
They look like they're ready for an onside kick.
You just never know.
No, you don't. Both kickers practiced it at length pregame warm-up, because what happened last week? Hoover lost an onside kick, which allowed Green almost the opportunity to win the game.
And it's a line drive right down the middle. It's going to be fielded at the 12. Here comes Hoover to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. Breaks free to the 50, to the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings.
And that's what you want if you're Hoover. My, oh, my. That was number 23, Bryson Byer, on the kickoff return. See you later. Unbelievable. I've never seen a kick return with that much speed. My goodness. He found a gear that I didn't even know existed. Bryson Byer on the kick return. Now the all-important extra point as the Hoover Vikings practice the annexation of Puerto Rico. Now they will reform and try the extra point.
Looks like the treaty was reached and an extra point will happen as normal. And the ball is up, plenty a leg, and it is good. 14-7. Vikings strike quickly.
Bang. 88-yard kick return.
That's how you don't have to worry about a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Just do that every time.
Take it out of his hands. Let your special teams and your defense win the ball game. So how will Louisville answer that sucker punch right out of the gate? 12 seconds into the third quarter.
Unbelievable. So just like that, it's 14-7. All the talk about injuries and people that were injured and then weren't injured, and
yeah, it
didn't matter on that kickoff. And now Hoover is going to kick it to Louisville, and they will get their first shot on offense here in the second half and see if they can respond. And that is booted deep, and it is going to bounce at the 1 and into the end zone for a touchback. And the Louisville Leopards will take over, start this drive from their own 20-yard line.
Well, if you're Gabe Stouffer.
Stouffer.
I have to say it a bunch so that I don't mess it up.
Stouffer.
I apologize for.
We apologize.
Yeah, we both did it.
We were so sure the whole time,
I was misinformed.
How dare us?
A trusted ally led me astray.
And then you led me astray. Luckily, I know that you were led astray, so I do not hold a grudge.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And here we go. Stouffer in the shotgun as they're going left to right. He's got two receivers up top to the left, one down here to the right. Pulls down the high snap and hands it off to DiMarzio, who gets maybe a yard, going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Great job there by the Hoover Viking defense shutting down the running lane. DiMarzio tried to get it to the outside, but there was nothing there. They're going to give him a yard on the carry.
2nd and 9 from their own 21-yard line as they do the quick huddle type dealio when Stouffer gets the call from the sidelines. And he's going to be in the shotgun again. He's going to have DiMarzio on his right hip, but he's got 4 receivers, 1 up top to the left, 2 down here, 3 down here to the left, to the right. He's going to roll right, fires it up. It's in the air. It's a jump ball, and it's going to go in and out of the hands of his intended target, who I don't think even if he would have came down with it would have gotten a foot in bounds. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Jake Baker, the sophomore tight end, the intended receiver. Jay, you'd have had a hard time catching that football.
Hey, I would have had a hard time.
Well, Jake Baker's
seeing that
6'3". He's taller than you.
He's got an inch on me, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think he would have caught it either. So
no.
3rd and 9.
I wouldn't have had a hard time. I would have had no shot.
Me at 5'9", I definitely wasn't catching.
Oh, you would have just looked up and waved.
I'd have been like, "Hey, how you doing?"
All right, here we go. Stouffer in the shotgun. 3rd and 9 from their own 21-yard line. They're going 5 wide as they put DiMarzio in the slot. Drops back to pass. He's rolling to his right, looking downfield. And he's going to be drugged down by his jersey at the 20-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Leopards. as it looks like they are going to go 3 and out after giving up the big kickoff return.
David Tully, the senior defensive lineman, able to stop Stouffer, drug him down, 4th and 10.
So Byer's going to be back deep for the Vikings. He's going to stand around his own 45-yard line. So barring something crazy, the Vikings should start with good field position, which should give some confidence to Whitaker. And it's a line drive punt, which is going to land at the 50. And it's going to take a big Louisville bounce all the way down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line, where it will rest dead. And that flips the field in a good way for the Leopards.
Yeah, obviously a phenomenal punt there by Gabe Stouffer. Huge punt. That's what you need. You want to pin him deep, and now the defense can hone in on the backup quarterback, Luke Whitaker. If you're just joining us, starting quarterback, John Collins of the Hoover Vikings, out. He is on crutches on the sideline with like an air cast on his right ankle, left due to injury. So it is senior backup quarterback, Luke Whitaker, under center. Well, not under center. He will be in the shotgun.
And they're going to start 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. 10:07 to go here in the third quarter. Vikings lead 14-7 and the football.
That's Jack Andes.
And Jack Andes is now in the shotgun at quarterback. And he's in the shotgun with 3 receivers. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. Spins upfield for about 2 yards. He's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
And it looks like it's going to be the Zach Andes show. Mr. Whitaker on the sideline, standing with Coach Baum. I told you he was warming up on the sideline. I didn't expect to see it so quickly. But Jack Andes, Mr. Do-It-All for the Hoover Vikings, now at quarterback.
So they said no gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 from their 22. He's going to stay in the shotgun. They're going to stay 3 wide. Andes takes the snap, fakes the handoff again, runs it again. This time breaks free, out to the 30 to the 34, and he's going to get the Viking first down.
I mean, that's the dangerous part of Jack Andes' game. He's so fast.
He's early fast.
Yeah.
Like within his first 2 steps, you can tell if you're not going to be able to touch him or not.
No, I mean, he's got such a different gear than most. So are we going to see him just do these quarterback RPOs where he runs?
There's probably some wrinkles in there with a traditional quarterback, I would imagine, but they're going to keep Andes in the shotgun. 3 receivers, takes the snap. This time he does hand it off. And Lamlin is out to about the 37 as he had to spin and roll.
We got a flag down, and we got a player down for Louisville.
That looks like a lot of extracurricular from both sides, but who are they going to blame it on?
Coach Kappas not happy for Louisville. That is Owen Wilson, and
he tried.
He's hobbling again.
Same leg.
Yep.
He tried.
That knee just giving him fits.
And Baum's out waiting to see what happened as well.
Unbelievable here.
Is it going to be offsetting?
Yeah, we'll see.
They're talking about it. Having a little powie wowie wowie.
Owen Wilson can't even put any weight on his
Nope, it's going to be on Louisville. And it's going to give the Vikings an automatic first down. It was a personal foul, and it's going to move North Canton into Louisville territory, down to the Louisville 47.
I mean, we saw Wilson trying to get back into this ball game. He did, but unfortunately that knee is not going to help him.
And you don't want to make it worse.
No, you don't. It's only week 5.
So 1st and 10 from the Leopard, 47-yard line for the Vikings as they're going right to left. And Andy's in the shotgun, 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 down here to the left. He's got a back on his right hip, but he's going to take the snap and he's going to stretch it out to the right side. He's going to try to get the corner. He gets maybe 2 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. They can't do this the rest of the way. There has to be wrinkles in because eventually they'll just load the box.
I would say you load the box and stop the run until.
Yeah, that's what I would do. But I'm saying they're eventually going to have to do something other. They can't do this 100% of the time.
No, you're gonna have to keep running it until Louisville stops it.
This ain't the old triple option where that's you passed once and that was just a waste the last 2 seconds of a half. And this time he hands it off. Running back jitterbugs his way up and dives through the pile out to the 38-yard line, and that's going to bring up about 3rd and 1.
Lamlin the carry. No, actually, yep, it was Lamlin the carry. Made something out of nothing there. He picked up 7 yards on that carry.
So 3rd and 1 here. If you're Louisville, you got to know to just bring everybody into the box, especially with the personnel that they have out on the field. Although they didn't go big, they still have 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 up top to the right. They have 1 tight end, and they're going to give it to Andes, and he's going to try to run his way up there, and he's not. I don't think he got there. Are they going to give him?
Well, we got a flag down at the top of the play.
And it's going to be on Louisville, I think.
No, there should have been a hold on Hoover, but I don't think they saw it.
And
Coach Baum pointing towards Louisville.
And it is going to be on
foul.
Louisville. Another personal foul as it's getting chippy.
Face mask this time.
So that's going to get another automatic first down to the Vikings, as that's going to move them all the way down to the Leopards' 22-yard line. 7:04 to go here in the third quarter. North Canton leading 14-7, and it's the Leopards that's doing the work and giving the yards to the Vikings.
Absolutely.
Andy's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself, follow his blocker, and then he's going to bounce it out to the right side. Jumps inside the 20 and inside the 15. And that's going to be another first down, as they are now inside the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed.
I'm going to apologize for our listeners. We do not condone the language that you could potentially hear from the fans.
We are very close to them.
We are very close. We are on the Louisville home side in the press box. Unfortunately, they are unhappy with the way the game is being called currently.
First and 10 now for the Vikings at the Louisville 11. Andes takes the snap, slips in the backfield, recovers, and then he cuts it upfield. Inside the 5, almost broke it free, but got drugged down by a shoulder pad.
Jack Andes is just an incredible talent. I mean, obviously, we knew that things shifted a little bit when John Collins went out. We thought it was going to be the Luke Whitaker show. It is not. It is the Jack Andes and Company show right now. A huge kick return to start the third quarter by Bryson Byer. And now Jack Andes leads the Hoover Viking offense.
2nd and 2 from the 3, and he's going to keep it again, and he's going to bust it up the right side and into the end zone for a Jack Andes touchdown.
Jack Andes, the man, the myth, the legend. Jack Andes, Mr. Do-It-All man, Swiss Army knife. I mean, there's nothing this dude can't do.
Punts. He punts.
He punts. We haven't seen him attempt an extra point.
That's because they got a pretty good kicker.
They got a couple very good kickers. Speaking of kickers, David Wadley, the senior kicker for North Canton Hoover.
So they're going to line it up for the extra point here. There's the snap, and we're going to get a false start. They're going to say offsides as the defensive end for the Leopards jumped into the neutral zone and caused the movement by the Vikings. So they're going to move this a little bit closer.
I mean, Louisville can't go down anymore, Jay. I mean, this is trailing now by 2 scores.
Yeah. Extra point still to come here for the Vikings as they replace the football. Snaps down, kicks up, and it's good. It is now 21-7 North Canton. And now with 5:48 to go here in the third quarter, this almost becomes a have to put points on the board for the Louisville Leopards.
Yeah, absolutely. The Leopards have to figure out a way to get the ball down the field, get it in the end zone, get the running game going. Stouffer's got to run the football. They've got to throw the ball. They've got to do whatever it takes to get that offense churning.
So we got North Canton's teeing it up, and they're ready to kick it back to the Louisville Leopards, who now trail here at home 21-7. Both teams came into tonight 4-0, so somebody's going to move that much closer to perfection. And the other one, whoever that may be, is going to see their first blemish of the season, as we are now halfway through the regular season.
And Mr. Bazooka Leg is ready to kick off for, and that's just unbelievable.
And it is going to, barely leak into the end zone as he almost got that thing to die at the 1.
Wow.
So it's going to be a touchback. That was risky, too, by the Louisville Leopard return man to leave that go, because if that dies at the 1, you have to at least go touch it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Louisville, 1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line.
Stouffer and company come back out. Like I said, this almost becomes you got to put something on the board. Even if it's a field goal, you have to put something on the board, because the only points that you've gotten so far tonight have been because of catastrophic mistakes from North Canton Hoover, and you got to start in a red zone. You have to put together a real drive.
You
here.
absolutely do. You have to.
So they're going to be in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Takes the snap, and he's going to roll right immediately. Here comes the rush, and they're going to snatch him by his jersey again and sack him deep in the backfield at about the 13-yard line.
That's number 51, David Tully again.
This pass rush for North Canton, you got to do something to combat this pass rush, because right now they're just having a meeting of the minds back at the quarterback.
Yeah, the offensive line for Louisville's got to hold it together, and they are not giving Stouffer any time to do anything right now. Tully with his 2nd sack of the game.
So back at the 8-yard line, 2nd and 22, and they're going to go 5 wide and spread it out. Stouffer takes the snap, drops back the pass, looking downfield, gets rid of it. Got a man wide open. Gets out to the 23 to the 24-yard line. They're going to say 23. And that's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 as they got a good chunk of it back.
Colton Norris, the senior receiver, makes the catch.
We're under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. They're going to say 3rd and 7 from the 23. So manageable 3rd down after that 2nd and 22. And they're going to stay 5 wide. Stouffer in the shotgun. Nobody in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, drops back the pass. Here comes the blitz. He steps through it, but he's going to be brought down again inside the 10 for another Hoover sack.
Jack Zarko amongst others. Another big-time sack on 3rd down. And Stouffer gets up.
He's taking a beating right now.
He is limping a little bit, Jay. He's going to be in his own end zone.
So, coming down to the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. And the return man for the Vikings standing at the Louisville 45 this time. There's the snap. The punt's away. It's short and low. It's going to bounce at the 38, and it's going to roll inside Hoover territory. Another good roll, although it's still going to be great field position for the Vikings. At least it's not inside Leopard territory, and they will start this drive from their own 40-yard line.
Well, Jay, I mean, obviously we thought Hoover was going to be in trouble when John Collins went down. Not so fast.
Special teams and the defense have something to say about that.
Absolutely. And Jack Andes, Mr. Do-It-All, has found a way. They lead by 2 scores here in this heavyweight battle. We had talked about it. I mean, it has been talked about all week. These 2 backyard rivals, 103rd meeting. Obviously, Hoover has won the last few. I know they won last year 23-16. And right now, Hoover leads 21-7.
So here comes Jack Andes again. He will continue to play quarterback as he's going to be in the shotgun. 3 receivers up top to his right. And he's got Lamlin on his right hip in the backfield with him. Takes the snap. He's running right to try to stretch the field. He's got nowhere to go. He gets through it, gets the corner and out to about the 50. And there's going to be a late flag, 2 late flags on the play. I told you it's getting chippy, and they're going to have to figure out more than just flags to stop this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think one of the penalties is going to be a hold as it came in late from the back judge. Not sure what the other one, it's going to be a hold. Maybe 2 holding penalties here. Maybe an illegal block in the back.
Holding on the offense, that'll bring it back. Louisville needed that, something fierce.
Yep.
Because they had him bottled up trying to stretch it to the right. They're starting to figure it out. But he did a little hesitation move. The hold helped, and he got it around the corner. But now that's going to bring up, let's see how they mark this. The holding penalty is where it was at, so it's going to replay first down. And it's going to be 1st and 13 from their own 37 now. Andes takes the snap. This time he hands it off to the running back who gets, spins free again. Gets across the 50, another flag. And it's going to be another holding call, it looks like.
I mean, Lamlin able to just, he was bottled up. And
he was
then
in a
all
pile.
Of a sudden, boom, gone.
This might be an illegal block in the back this time. It's definitely on Hoover. Baum's hot.
Oh, Coach Baum is furious.
He does not like the call at all. He was letting the sideline ref have it.
He's chirping now. Still, he better be careful because they'll throw a flag on him too.
Yep.
He is.
I mean, he's
screaming.
One of his coaches just moved him to the 3rd level.
Yeah. Back up, coach.
1st and 17. Now Hoover going the opposite direction.
Still first down.
It's still first down, but again, they're starting to figure out the scheme, and they're going to have to put it in the air because they have loaded the box. There's nobody outside of the box at all. This time, Andes is going to go left, and everybody's waiting on him. And he gets out to about the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd and 14 as he gained 3.
Yeah, Jack Andes, obviously, these are designed runs. He
Yeah.
is so fast, and that's what they're trying to use his skill. But I agree with you, Jay, 100%. You're going to have to throw a couple wrinkles in there. You're going to have to maybe do a bubble screen or one of those little shovel passes, something to get. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw a halfback screen from Hoover.
Yeah, so Andy's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 up top to his right. It's 2nd and 14 from their own 36. Takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. Straight up the middle, gains maybe 2 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Lamlin on the carry. I think it's Lamlin. I'm going to go with Lamlin.
I mean, we haven't been right very often with these names today, so
No, I'm guessing.
we should just throw out a blanket apology to every name we've ever said ever in life.
Ain't that the truth?
3rd and 12 now from their own 38-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. North Canton in no hurry right now.
Why would they?
There's the apology that we needed to send out for the language that you may or may not hear in the background. Andes drops back to pass, looking downfield. He's going to let it fly. And is it a catch?
It is a catch.
They're calling it a catch inside Louisville territory.
Preston Koblentz on the reception.
It's officially do it all Andes.
It is. Andes does everything. I mean, he kind of just lobbed it up
Yeah,
in
it
the
floated
air.
there for a while. I was shocked that he didn't hit a drone or something.
I mean, that was a duck.
Yeah.
We're just going to
But,
call it like it is.
Hey,
doesn't matter.
don't matter when it's a first down.
Doesn't
and you're
matter what
sitting-
it looks like when it's successful.
You're sitting 1st and 10 on the Louisville 36-yard line.
New running back is Ryan Crawford.
There's Andes, and he's going to run it right to try to stretch the field. Nothing there. He cuts it back a little bit. Gains maybe 1 yard. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9 as we are going to go under 1 minute to play here in the 3rd quarter before they snap the football again.
Make sure that you join the Q92 Sports social media pages. Post game, we get interviews. We get to talk to the coaches. We get videos. We get to talk to the players. We get videos.
Pictures.
And we got pictures. We got it all. What are you doing? Join us here at Q92 Sports on our social media pages.
2nd and 9 now from the Louisville 35. Andes. This time he hands it off to the back who goes straight up the middle. Gains another 2 yards, and that looks like it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. And unless a timeout is used, I don't think we're going to see another play here in the 3rd quarter of this ball game as we're going to head to the 4th. with the North Canton Hoover Vikings leading the Louisville Leopards 21-7. And we'll be back after this. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is head coach Brian Baum from the North Canton Hoover Vikings football team. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Back inside Louisville Leopards Stadium, Louisville, Ohio. Mike Voorhees alongside Jay Wilhelm. Hoover leads 21-7. Big fourth quarter coming up here, Jay.
12 minutes to go. 3rd and 7. Big third down for this Louisville defense. As it's 3rd and 7 for North Canton on the Louisville 33-yard line. Jack Andes in the shotgun. 3 receivers. Takes the snap, and he's going to run it. He's going to run it right. And he gets in about to the 30-yard line, so he's going to be well short of the first down. And we're going to see, this is going to get interesting here. They're in the middle. It looks like they're going to go for it because it's going to be 4th and 4.
Jack Andes is their punter, though. Just keep that in mind.
Yep, just like on the Louisville side.
He does everything.
Just like on the Louisville side.
Gabe Stouffer is the
Stouffer,
punter
and quarterback, but they're going to let the clock run. And so here we go. Shotgun, 4th and 4. Andes takes the snap, and he's going to run it. He's going to try to stretch out the defense. Can he get the corner? He does. Down the sidelines, in for the touchdown.
Jack Andes is absolutely insane. He ran it on 4th and 3 and
4th and 4.
4th and 4 and took off on a 30-yard touchdown run. Mr. Jack Andes.
Unbelievable. We can't say enough about the kid.
Nope.
We cannot say enough. We need to talk about that front line, though, too, for the Hoover Vikings. We cannot leave them. We cannot leave them out of this because they are holding on to those blocks while he stretches those runs out wide right or wide left and turns the corner. Extra points up, and it is good out. Nope, off the roof and almost hit a fan.
Uh-oh, don't hit a fan.
It is now 28-7, North Canton on top. And now it goes from you need to get some points on the board to now Louisville having to put a touchdown on the board if they want any shot at coming back in this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it's Coach Kappas has to have something. You've got to figure out how to get down the field. I mean, 11-10, a lot of time left, but you're down 3 scores. So obviously you've got to figure it out. Right now, Louisville's perfect season hanging on. It's on life support, Jay.
And as you say that, here comes an ambulance backing in with their lights on.
There you go.
And we did find out after we speculated in the first half that it was never John Collins that took off. They must have got a call. It just happened to be at the exact time that injury happened. He did just go back into the locker room, got casted up, and then returned out with his team in the second half on crutches. And there's the boom. And it is going to bounce at the 2 into the end zone for a touchback. And Louisville will start this drive again from their own 20-yard line, trailing 28-7 with 11:10 to go in the ball game.
It's been kind of quiet on our scoreboard text chain. Not a lot of scores to discuss here.
Either everybody's staying where they are, or maybe our guys are taking a nap.
I don't think our guys are taking a nap.
Probably not.
They can't take a nap. Football, baby. Brought to you by the Q92 Sports Network and our wonderful, wonderful sponsor, the Sarshone Auto Group.
And here comes Stouffer. 5 wide shotgun. They want to try to score in a hurry if they can. Here comes the rush. Fires it down to the right side, to the left side. He's got it complete for about a 5-yard. So they're going to give him 6 on that. Okay.
Quinn Burrick the senior receiver.
So 2nd down and 4. And they're going to go no huddle now as they kind of have to. And we're going 4 wide this time. 2nd and 3 as they gave him 7. Fires it on another slant route. In and out of the hands. And they're going to say incomplete. That was very close to being a reception.
I was going to say, I don't think Quinn Burke, the intended receiver, I don't think he ever had possession.
He didn't have it, and if he did, he didn't have it long enough for it to be considered a catch. So I agree with the call. I'm just saying that was very, very close.
It was.
So now it's 3rd and 3 from their own 27-yard line. Still going no huddle, even though the clock stopped with that incompletion. And here he goes out of the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. He's rolling right. He's being chased. He's going to get the corner, and he's going to be close to the 1st down, and he got smoked. Absolutely devoured on the other sideline.
No flag.
No flag as he was trying to turn the corner. Clean hit.
He got walloped. Helmet off. He's got to come out. He has to come out for a play, Jay.
And that's going to be 4th down as he did not get the corner as it's now 4th and 1.
And a backup quarterback has to come in.
And they're going to go for it from their own 29-yard line on 4th and 1. And you got to think it's going to be DiMarzio all day long.
The quarterback now, Cody Zoller, the 6'1 sophomore.
He's a big boy, man.
Or
Maybe they
Zaylor.
use him.
Could be Zaylor.
Here we go. 4th and 1. High snap. And he's got to take off running.
No, the wrong
and he's
way.
going to get folded down at the 11-yard line. And that is where the Hoover Vikings will take over 1st and 10. From bad to worse for the Leopards as the backup QB
hobbles off
as he took a shot too. And I hate to say this, but after that play, there's a whole lot of people down here packing it up.
Yeah.
We still got 10:23 to go. You never know what can happen. We've seen crazier. I mean, the Green game last week alone.
Green was down 21-7 and came roaring back and almost won in dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
Escaped.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 as Hoover's going to start inside the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed with RG Drag. And here he comes. Jack Andes and company. And now Louisville is going to use a timeout, and that isn't good when you have to burn a timeout and it isn't even to stop clock.
You only had 10. They only had 10
Yeah.
of a few.
But that's a killer, man. That's the kind of stuff because you need those timeouts.
You do
when you're
towards the
trying
end
to
of the
come
game.
back.
Don't forget, this timeout brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. Make sure you join us post-game. I'll get some interviews with the coach, some players. We'll post them on our social media pages. Q92 Sports.
10:23 to go in the ball game. North Canton leads 28-7. They have a 1st and 10 at the Louisville 12-yard line. If you're just joining us, John Collins is out on the sideline with an ankle injury on crutches. He has been since the first half. And right now it's the Jack Andy show as he is running this offense for the North Canton Hoover Vikings, and he's in the shotgun with 3 receivers. He takes the snap, hands it off to the back, who tries to get to the left side corner, cuts it back in, and he's going to get inside the 10 down to about the, I want to say 7. And Louisville's saying they got the football.
And they do.
And they do. Big turnover needed and got by the Louisville Leopards, and now they're going to start from their own 6.
Well, the ball carrier was Gio Bianchi, the senior. They have him listed at running back, wide receiver, defensive back, and return man. He was the ball carrier, obviously lost the football. Louisville falls on it. Gabe Stouffer back into the game. Had to leave the last on their 4th down possession because of a helmet malfunction.
Yep. So 10-12 to go, and they're going to start from their own 6-yard line, 1st and 10. This is the window that they needed. They have to capitalize on it because that, if North Canton punches that in, it's pretty much iced at that point. With Stouffer in the shotgun, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. He's got the running back on his right hip. Takes the snap, drops back the pass. He's firing it off to the right side, in and out of the hands of his intended target. A little too far off the sideline, 2nd and 10.
Well, also we have to be very watchful of the North Canton Hoover pass rush. They have caused problems all night long.
And a few people stopped after that turnover, but mainly most of the people, or not most, but a hearty amount heading for the exits early for Louisville.
Well, that happens sometimes.
2nd and 10. That happened in Green, and they all turned around and tried to come back in.
Yep.
Last week. Stouffer takes the shotgun, drops back to pass, 2 steps, fires it over the middle, incomplete, off the hands of his intended target, although that was disrupted as one of the DBs for North Canton dove in front of the pass.
That would be number 11, Carter Lukens, the senior linebacker.
3rd and 10, 10:01 to go in the ball game.
Big third down
for Louisville.
Big third down for Louisville.
Almost a ball game, 3rd down.
Yeah, pretty
Almost.
much.
So Stouffer getting the call from the sideline.
Play clock down to 10, Jay.
Yep, they break the huddle. They've combated that Viking pass rush with 2-step drops, which has been somewhat successful. He's found open men, and he's going to drop back to pass again. Here comes the blitz in the end zone. Fires it off, got his man. Out to the 10. He breaks free, out to the 20, and he got the first down. Oh, my, they had him dead to rights, and he fought those extra yards to keep the drive alive for the Leopards.
Quinn Burek, the senior receiver, a phenomenal catch. If you noticed, Owen DiMarzio was waiting for the lateral. It never came. Hurry up offense here.
1st and 10 now at their own 20-yard line. Clock's a-running. Here comes the blitz off the edge. Stays with him. Fires it off to the right side. Just a little too far for the intended target. 2nd and 10.
Well, was it intended for Drake Wilson or Anderson Campbell? They were
Either way, they were, yeah,
in the same area.
It was out of reach for both of them, really, because it was about 2.5 yards out of bounds.
Chase Lukens, number 9, the senior linebacker, all up in Stouffer's grill.
He came in
difficult to throw that football.
He came in untouched. So 4 wide now for Stouffer. 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Takes a snap, drops back, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
Number 96, Ben Borrell, the senior, and we got a man down.
And we got a Louisville Leopard down, grabbing his knee.
It's number 77, Joseph Banks, the sophomore offensive lineman.
So we'll take a timeout, as this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkowitz and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is head coach Chris Kappas from Louisville High School. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Back inside Louisville Leopard Stadium, Joseph Banks, the injured player for Louisville, able to get up with some help and get off the field.
3rd and 14 for the Leopards from their own 16-yard line. 9:19 to go. Clock starts back up now. Trailing 28-7. Stouffer in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 up top to his right, and a running back on his left hip. He drops back to pass. Looking downfield, he's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to run it, and he gets out to about the 24-yard line, and his helmet pops off again. And another flag, and this is probably going to be a late hit on the Vikings.
Well, it might be on number 5, Gabe Stouffer, as well, because he had some words for the official after the helmet popped off. So let's see what the call is here. Personal foul. They're going to, the hit to the helmet.
So it's going to be an automatic first down. We're under 9 minutes to play here, and that would have brought up fourth down. So
would have.
Dumb play again by a Hoover defender. And that brings it all the way out to the 38-yard line for the Leopards, and now they got something cooking. But you're right, Stouffer needs to cool his jets talking to the refs the way he did, or that could easily have went the other way. Stouffer going deep, got his man. In and out of the hands. Great defense by the defender as he was step for step with that wide receiver. It's going to be 2nd and 10 with 8:42 to go in the ball game.
Carson Morris, the defensive back. And like you said, Jay, step for step with Owen Burek.
2nd and 10 for the Leopards from their own 38-yard line, 8:42 to go. They're going to break the huddle. Back in the shotgun this time. They're going to put 3 receivers up top to the right and 1 down here to the left. DiMarzio on the right hip of Stouffer. Here comes the pass rush. He fires it over the middle. Intercepted at the 50, down to the 40, to the 30. Here come the Vikings to the 20, 10. Stays in bounds. Nope, they're going to say he stepped out at the 12.
Aiden Kish stepped in front of that pass, and it was a track meet.
And the only thing that stopped him was the white sideline across the way.
And I hate to say it, but again, a big mass exit on the Louisville side here.
Yep. It is now 1st and 10. And again, the North Canton Hoover Vikings are going to start inside the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed as they'll have a 1st and 10 again from the Leopards 12, just like last time.
Absolutely. And what happened last time? They punched it in.
They fumbled it away.
That's true. I forgot. They fumbled it away. You're
Bianchi.
Right.
Bianchi with the fumble on the last possession.
Gio Bianchi was the ball carrier. Ready for play whistle. Hoover still over on the sideline. Now they break the huddle.
And none other than Jack Andes at the quarterback position. He's in the shotgun. And he's got, I believe, Michael Lamlin in the backfield with him. 3 receivers. Hands it off to Michael, who goes straight up the middle. Gets maybe a yard or 2 down to the 10. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8. And the more important thing for the Hoover Vikings is that clock is a-running.
It is rolling.
Hoover with all 3 of their timeouts still. Louisville with 2. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the ball game.
Into the 3rd quarter, Massillon still leads St. Ed's 21-7. And into the 4th quarter, Northwest a slim lead over Canton South 17-14. McKinley leads Perry 28-10.
Andy's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He hands it off to Michael again. Same play, same result, but this time maybe 1 yard, maybe none. I don't think he got anything. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
He got back to the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 8 here from the 10-yard line for the Hoover Vikings. Clock is still running. $7:15 to go in the ball game.
We have our first final into the scoreboard. The Minerva Lions move to 4-1.
Wow.
31-0.
He's really gone down there and turned that program around quickly.
Absolutely.
So Andy's in the shotgun. Under 7 to play now. Takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself this time. Goes straight up the middle, and he's going to be piled over at about the 8-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
And out comes the kicking team.
Here comes the field goal unit. The first time tonight, I believe. I think we've seen a bunch of extra points, but no field goal attempts.
Correct.
And we will get one now, I believe.
So it looks like it's going to be about a 25-yard field goal attempt. If it's 17 yards, which I think
it is.
So ball is
yards.
on the 8.
It's 10 yards deep for the end zone, plus another 3 yards, is it?
I believe so. We're going to go with 25 yards.
Clock's still running. They better get that snap off. There it is. It's off. It's up. Plenty of leg. Good Lord, and it is good. It is now 31-7, North Canton on top.
Great kick. Another final into the scoreboard. Alliance takes down Canton Central Catholic 42-7.
And 6:03 to go in this one. North Canton leads the Leopards 31-7, and I have to say, at this juncture, I'm quite shocked at this score.
Yeah, me too.
I'm shocked that even with John Collins, I thought it was going to be a close battle. And then without him, I thought that they were in real trouble over on the other sidelines. But they have adapted well so far, and they have to survive another 6 minutes and 3 seconds if they want to walk out of here still undefeated, with all the questions up in the air of the future of John Collins this season. Ball's teed up, and that student section for North Canton is going absolutely bonkers. It's going to be fielded at the 3. Out to the 20. Hip checked at the 24-yard line, and that had to hurt.
A lot of extracurriculars
I
going
told you,
on.
it's getting chippy. Yeah, he took a shot in the hip, and his walk shows it. 1st and 10 for Louisville, as they will start this drive from their own 25-yard line. 5:58 to go.
Kudos to the referees saying something to both coaches. Let's get it under control, gentlemen.
It's been teetering for about a quarter now. About halfway through the third quarter, it started to teeter.
Brian Baum going to take a timeout.
And this timeout is brought to you by the Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family, and we're going to step away for a commercial break.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Leopards from their own 25-yard line. Stouffer in the shotgun. DiMarzio on his right hip. 3 receivers up top to the right, 1 down here to the left. He takes the snap, drops back the pass, fires it over to the right side, got a man wide open out to the 30, to the 35, to the 36. Out to the 40, to the 42, fighting his way to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
Owen Burek. No, I'm sorry, Quinn Burek. What a reception. Kept the legs a churning.
Out to the 46, 1st and 10, and they're going hurry up. They have no choice. Back in the shotgun. Stouffer takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Off the right side. He avoids it, and he's going to slide down and get hit late. Are they going to flag it? No, they are not. They said that it was too bang. He slid late. Out to the 47, 48-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 8. 5:20 to go in the ball game. Stouffer takes the snap out of the shotgun, drops back the pass. Now he's rolling to his left, looking downfield, fires it into the dirt. Incomplete to bring up 3rd and 8.
He turfed it. That pass rush by the Hoover Vikings has been unbelievable.
Yeah. Yes, it has, especially in the second half when they just started teeing off.
Yeah.
Knowing that they needed to. So 3rd and 8 from their own 48. 5:11 to go in the ball game. 4 wide again for Stouffer. Takes the snap and drops back to pass. Looking right. He's going to uncork one to the right side. Got a man wide open inside Viking territory. Down to the Hoover 32-yard line. 1st and 10 Leopards.
Reception by Luke Seaman, the senior receiver. Going hurry up here.
So shotgun for Stouffer. They're moving all the guys over to the right side, 3 wide on the right. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Here comes the rush again, bottled up. Nobody home as he dumped it off into the flat. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 4:58 to go.
Yeah, this pass rush has been absolutely relentless. If you look at the Hoover offensive line, they are tired. Hands on hips. They're a little winded.
So 4:58 to go. Hoover leads 31-7. 2nd and 10 for the Leopards on the Hoover 32-yard line. This time they're going to bring the 3 wide down to the left side. Stouffer takes the snap. They pick up the blitz. Dump it off into the flat. Great open field tackle by the Vikings.
That was number 5, Aiden Kish.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down. And let's see, third and 14 as they lost yardage on that.
Yep, went backwards.
4:30 to go. Clock is moving. And they are not in any kind of a hurry as they're still subbing guys in and out. Stouffer takes the snap, and he's going to take off running on his own. Fires it. I thought he was across the line, but he had DiMarzio, who runs it down inside the 20 for a 1st down as he was left all alone as the Louisville Leopards move inside the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. They'll have a 1st and 10 from the Hoover 18-yard line with 4:09 to go in the ball game.
Well, Jay, I mean, Louisville playing for pride at this point. There's no rush. And trailing by 28, you need 4 scores in 4 minutes.
Stouffer in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 up top to his right. He takes the snap, fires it to the right side of the end zone. Got a man in and out of the hands and incomplete as the DB did a great job of playing the football.
Quinn Burek, the intended receiver. That was number 7 for Hoover, Tayon Ledwell.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Tayon is his name.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the Hoover 18-yard line. 4:02 to go in the ball game. Clock stopped with that incomplete pass.
It is quiet.
There's a lot of people that took off. Stouffer fires it to the left side, got his man in the middle. Spins free and into the end zone for a touchdown.
18-yard touchdown pass for Gabe Rengenball. So Louisville says, we're not done quite yet.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2. As it's now 31-13 with 3:53 to go in the ball game.
What are we discussing here?
I think where they're going to place the ball, which hash mark they want it on, because they probably have a specific play that they're going to run, so it needs to be in a specific place. So here's Stouffer in the shotgun. They're going for 2. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, fires it over the middle, just beyond the outstretched hand of his intended target, incomplete, and it stays 31-13. Hoover.
Well, obviously, if you're Louisville, it'll be an onside kick.
And we've seen what onside kicks can do to Hoover, although I could imagine after the Green game, they've spent a good portion of this week in practice working on onside kicks.
Agreed. Now they set it up.
They're going to have none other than Jack Andes back deep. And everybody else is going to be right now up here. on the line, and they are setting up for the onside kick. North Canton leads 31-13 with 3:53 to go. Louisville setting up for an onside kick as they just put it into the end zone, but the 2-point conversion was no good. And here it goes. And we got a flag.
What's the flag for?
It's going to be on North Canton. Or no, timeout.
There's a penalty flag, and they must have picked it up. Timeout, Hoover.
Timeout, Hoover.
This timeout brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. Jay, next week, you're scheduled to go back to Canton South.
I like Coach Dennison.
Orville at Canton South. I will not be with Jay next week.
He's a quitter.
I am off next week. My son and I are going on a father-son camping trip. So you can't be mad.
I can't be mad at that.
Family first, baby. Family
Always.
first. Always.
Always.
But I will
and
rejoin
forever.
you back at Perry.
But you
hopefully.
will be listening.
I will be listening.
Around the
Always.
campfire.
Yep, absolutely.
All
Why
right.
not?
We're out of the timeout now. Vikings have one timeout left. Louisville still with two. They're hanging on to those two pretty well. And those might come in handy if they can get this onside kick.
Hands team is ready.
Doom, doom, doom. And there they go. They get the high hop they wanted, and it's going to be fielded by the Vikings clean at their own 40-yard line, and they'll take over 1st and 10.
Bryson Byer, the kick return touchdown man himself.
They got the bounce that they wanted. They wanted that little squibber, and then the last one's supposed to hop in the air, and you're supposed to get your big hands guys, and they did. It just went a little bit too far for reach for the Leopards, and now a few more after that one are starting to filter. So, still not over yet.
Nope.
3:51 to go. They know exactly what Hoover's going to do the rest of the way.
Looks like Maslin is going to improve to 3-2, Jay.
3-2.
They're going to take down undefeated St. Ed's. It is 21-7. Late in the fourth quarter.
My mom taught me that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So we're going to go 1st and 10 Vikings here from their own 40-yard line.
Gabe Whitaker.
Gabe Whitaker is in. He's in the shotgun. Going to take the snap, and he's going to hand it off. Straight up the middle. Cut back. Out to the 50. Inside Louisville territory for a Viking first down.
Ryan Crawford, the ball carrier, made a great cut. Turned on the Jets.
And they are inside Leopard territory. 1st and 10 from Louisville's 43-yard line. And now that the chains are set, the clock's moving, and Hoover's going to bring this to a crawl.
It is slower than molasses, so to speak. But why would they rush?
Nothing slower than the last 3 minutes of that East Canton-Sandy Valley game I did a few weeks ago. The last 2 minutes and 30 seconds lasted 35 minutes of real life time. Whitaker takes the snap, hands it off again, straight up the middle. And he wiggles forward for about a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 from the 41-yard line, as we are now officially under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. These are some good reps for Whitaker in case it looks like he's probably going to have to be the guy, at least for next week. I don't know that you can be on crutches and then be ready in 6 days.
The body does some crazy things when you're young, so who knows?
Whitaker in the shotgun, takes the snap, another handoff up the left side, falls forward for another 2 yards, down to the 38-yard line, and Louisville is going to use their second timeout. 2:25 to go. This timeout is brought to you by the Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family, and we will keep it right here with 2:25 to go. The Vikings lead the Leopards 31-13, and North Canton's going to come out of this timeout with a 3rd and 5 from the Louisville 38-yard line. And a first down here pretty much wraps it up for good.
It absolutely does. Would basically put the icing on the cake, so to speak.
I want to thank you guys for spending your Friday night with us here in Week 5 of the 2025 Ohio High School football season. Thank you to all of our sponsors, as without you, we would not be able to bring you 7 games every Friday night. And thank you to the Louisville Press Box for the hospitality and the great spread that they gave us today. Always one of the better views when you're sitting in this press box in Stark County, the way it looks down onto the field at the angle that it's on.
Yep, agreed.
And we're out of the timeout now, 3rd and 5. Whitaker in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off, and they're going to bounce it out to the right side, up the middle, and down inside the 35. And that's going to bring up 4th and about 3, 4th and 1, 4th and 2.
Well, and Hoover's going to go for it.
Why not? A punt won't do much.
Under 2 to go.
And they're going to bring it under 2 minutes to play in the ball game on 4th and 1.
Remember to join us on our social medias. I'll go down, get an interview with the winning team, their coach, and some players. They'll get posted to the Q92 Sports social media pages.
Here we go, 4th and 1 from the Louisville 34-yard line for the Hoover Vikings. Whitaker takes the snap, hands it off, and his guy dives forward, and it's going to be a close one. And we're looking for that first down signal. And I think they're going to wait until they can get to the bottom of the pile.
And still no decision.
I don't think he got it. It looks like they're gonna bring out a measurement. They're gonna give it to him. They said first down. So we just might get to see victory formation here.
As I have stood up.
I've been standing the whole. My legs are too long.
My legs are cramping as well. Yep, victory formation is the call here.
So the North Canton Hoover Vikings are going to move to 6-0, despite 5-0, despite the early loss of their leader John Collins. And Louisville will fall to 3-1 with their first blemish of the season. As it was a game of offensive lines.
It really was.
North Canton protected theirs. Their quarterback got hurt, but they protected theirs in the long run. Because everybody knew Jack Andes was going to run the football, and at times they still couldn't stop it.
Right.
And then in the second half, that North Canton pass rush, the offensive line for Louisville could not keep their quarterback upright long enough.
There's your final snap.
And that was a final here at Louisville Stadium as the North Canton Hoover Vikings defeat the Louisville Leopards 31-13, and they stay perfect on the season. We're going to step away for a commercial break, and when we come back, we will look around the other scores in the Stark County area on the Q92 Sports Network. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back inside Louisville Leopards Stadium, final Hoover 31, Louisville 13. Let's jump into our scoreboard. The Massillon Tigers lead St. Ed's 21-7 late in the fourth quarter. Orville leads Fairless 48-21. Jackson leads Green 31-21. Triway leads Tuslaw 21-14. McKinley leads Perry 28-18. Lake over Glen Oak 35-14. Northwest leads Canton South 17-14. Alliance takes down Canton Central Catholic 42-7. Of course, we have our final. Ridgewood defeats East Canton 35-0. Minerva gets another win 31-0 over St. Thomas Aquinas. And Strasburg defeats Sandy Valley 42-7. Jay, those are my scores, and I'm sticking to it, and I will see you down on the field.
Yes, sir. We're going to step away for one more commercial break. When we come back, I will have my final thoughts on the second half and the totality of this ball game. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back here at Louisville Stadium as the North Canton Hoover Vikings take down the Louisville Leopards by a final of 31-13. And the second half was very different from the first half as the offensive lines were the difference in this one. Louisville Leopards couldn't contain the Hoover pass rush, and the Hoover offensive line did a great job holding on to blocks and opening holes for Jack Andes, who had to Band-Aid in at quarterback for the third and fourth quarter up until the end, as the Hoover Vikings decided to keep the football in their do-it-all senior Jack Andes as they went into the locker room. And it was 7-7 at the half. And captain of the battery of that offense, John Collins for North Canton Hoover, went down with an ankle injury, ended up on crutches, and did not return early in this ball game. And it changed the whole dynamic. And then in the third quarter, North Canton Hoover got the ball first, and they opened it up with an 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And then the Vikings never looked back as that brought it to 14-7. And then later on in the third quarter, Jack Andes, a 3-yard run into the end zone. The extra point was good, making it 21-0. And then in the fourth quarter, a 30-yard touchdown run by Jack Andes. The extra point was good, 28-7. North Canton kicked the field goal in the fourth quarter, 31-7. And then Louisville, attempting the comeback, had an 18-yard passing touchdown to Gabe Regibal. The 2-point conversion was no good, making it 31-13. And that was pretty much all she wrote when they couldn't convert the 2-point conversion. Tried the onside kick, couldn't get it. They had a chance after a Hoover fumble and turnover by Bianchi, but then they themselves threw an interception at the 50-yard line, and that sealed it. As the Hoover Vikings now move to 5-0. And the Louisville Leopards fall to 4-1. And we hope that both Owen Wilson and John Collins can get better quick, get healthy quick. Thank you guys for spending your Friday night with us here on Q92radiosports.com. Week 5 is in the books. We are halfway through the 2025 regular season. And thank you to all of our sponsors, because without you, we would not be able to continually bring you these 7 broadcasts every Friday night. And visit our website and all of our social medias to see where we will be next week as we move on to week 6. Have a good night, everybody.